Breaking news, friends. The Trump administration is revoking visas for Chinese students. In a press release that was issued tonight, Secretary Marco Rubio says that under Trump's leadership, the Department of State as well as the Department of Homeland Security will work together to aggressively revoke visas for Chinese students, including those with connections to the Chinese Communist Party or studying in critical fields. This comes just days after Hong Kong said they will welcome top talent from the United States who are being pushed out of Harvard University. Now, today, we have this press release. But students, of course, over the last several weeks have been fighting in court and winning in court against these unfair visa revocations.
If you come to this country as a student, we expect you to go to class and study and get a degree. If you come here to vandalize a library, take over a campus and do things, we're going to get rid of these people. And we're going to continue to do it. So when we identify lunatics like these, we take away their student visa. No one's entitled to a student visa. The press covers student visas like there's some sort of birthright. No, a student visa is like me inviting you into my home. If you come into my home and put all kinds of crap on my couch, I'm going to kick you out of my house.
There's this incredible, almost magnetic pull that the idea of studying in the United States holds for so many people around the world. It's a narrative woven into the global consciousness, a story of opportunity and innovation. For the aspiring scientist, it's the promise of state-of-the-art labs. For the artist, it's the allure of vibrant cultural hubs. For the entrepreneur, it's the ecosystem of Silicon Valley. This isn't just about getting an education, it's about gaining access to the forefront of human knowledge. It's a chance to learn from top experts, to contribute to projects that could change the world, and to earn a degree that carries weight in every corner of the globe. It's more than just attending classes or earning a degree, it's a profound, life-altering transformation. It's about immersing yourself in a new culture, one that often encourages you to question everything. You learn to navigate a different pace of life and new social cues. It's about challenging your own perspectives, not just in the classroom but in late-night conversations with roommates from backgrounds you've only read about. You find yourself explaining your traditions, and in doing so, understanding them more deeply. You are building a future that might look vastly different from the one you once imagined, a future with a global network and a horizon that has expanded far beyond your home country's borders. But this journey is a massive undertaking, a bureaucratic marathon filled with paperwork and anxiety. There's the I-20 form from your university, the detailed DS-160 application, and the mountain of financial proof. Then comes the visa interview, a brief, high-stakes encounter where you have minutes to prove your intent to return home, even as you pour all your resources into leaving. It's a process fueled by hope, but shadowed by the fear of denial. This dream is built on courage. It represents a significant investment of time, money, and emotional energy, not just from you, but from your entire family. They are your cheerleaders and your emotional bedrock, investing their own hopes in your success. For so many, that dream becomes a reality. You get the acceptance letter. You secure the F1 visa, a precious stamp in your passport that feels like a key to another world. The relief is immense. You board a plane, leaving behind everything.
Breaking news, friends. The Trump administration is revoking visas for Chinese students. In a press release that was issued tonight, Secretary Marco Rubio says that under Trump's leadership, the Department of State as well as the Department of Homeland Security will work together to aggressively revoke visas for Chinese students. Breaking news, friends. The Trump administration is revoking visas for Chinese students. In a press release that was issued tonight, Secretary Marco Rubio says that under Trump's leadership, the Department of State as well as the Department of Homeland Security will work together to aggressively revoke visas for Chinese students, including those with connections to the Chinese Communist Party or studying in critical fields. This comes just days after Hong Kong said they will welcome top talent from the United States who are being pushed out of Harvard University. Now, today, we have this press release. But students, of course, over the last several weeks have been fighting in court and winning in court against these unfair visa revocations.
If you come to this country as a student, we expect you to go to class and study and get a degree. If you come here to vandalize a library, take over a campus and do things, we're going to get rid of these people. And we're going to continue to do it. So when we identify lunatics like these, we take away their student visa. No one's entitled to a student visa. The press covers student visas like there's some sort of birthright. No, a student visa is like me inviting you into my home. If you come into my home and put all kinds of crap on my couch, I'm going to kick you out of my house.
There's this incredible, almost magnetic pull that the idea of studying in the United States holds for so many people around the world. It's a narrative woven into the global consciousness, a story of opportunity and innovation. For the aspiring scientist, it's the promise of state-of-the-art labs. For the artist, it's the allure of vibrant cultural hubs. For the entrepreneur, it's the ecosystem of Silicon Valley. This isn't just about getting an education, it's about gaining access to the forefront of human knowledge. It's a chance to learn from top experts, to contribute to projects that could change the world, and to earn a degree that carries weight in every corner of the globe. It's more than just attending classes or earning a degree, it's a profound, life-altering transformation. It's about immersing yourself in a new culture, one that often encourages you to question everything. You learn to navigate a different pace of life and new social cues. It's about challenging your own perspectives, not just in the classroom but in late-night conversations with roommates from backgrounds you've only read about. You find yourself explaining your traditions, and in doing so, understanding them more deeply. You are building a future that might look vastly different from the one you once imagined, a future with a global network and a horizon that has expanded far beyond your home country's borders. But this journey is a massive undertaking, a bureaucratic marathon filled with paperwork and anxiety. There's the I-20 form from your university, the detailed DS-160 application, and the mountain of financial proof. Then comes the visa interview, a brief, high-stakes encounter where you have minutes to prove your intent to return home, even as you pour all your resources into leaving. It's a process fueled by hope, but shadowed by the fear of denial. This dream is built on courage. It represents a significant investment of time, money, and emotional energy, not just from you, but from your entire family. They are your cheerleaders and your emotional bedrock, investing their own hopes in your success. For so many, that dream becomes a reality. You get the acceptance letter. You secure the F1 visa, a precious stamp in your passport that feels like a key to another world. The relief is immense. You board a plane, leaving behind everything familiar for the promise of something new and exciting. You arrive and begin to build a new life. You find your favorite study spot, join a club, and start to feel a sense of belonging. You are not just a student, you are a cultural ambassador, a bridge between your home and your new community. In every classroom discussion, you offer a perspective that enriches the dialogue for your American peers, a vital part of the university's fabric. You're finally hitting your stride. The initial culture shock has faded, replaced by a comfortable routine. The future feels bright and stable. And that's when the ground shifts. It doesn't happen with a formal announcement. It starts as a whisper, a rumor in a WhatsApp group, a link to a news article with a terrifying headline. On a campus TV, you see breaking news about sudden visa revocations or new restrictive interpretations of immigration law. The language is cold and confusing, but the implication is terrifyingly clear. The dream you worked so hard to build is suddenly under threat. So when news breaks that threatens to shatter that dream, anxiety and fear wash over the international student community. Frantic calls are made home, trying to sound calm while your world is spinning. The very foundation of your legal right to be here feels like it's about to shatter. In early August 2025, the U.S. Department of State made a startling announcement. It sent shockwaves through international students, educators, and immigration advocates worldwide. The department confirmed it had revoked approximately 6,000 F1 student visas. This wasn't a slow, gradual process, nor was it a series of individual, unrelated cases. It was a large-scale, coordinated action that happened relatively quickly. The timing, right before the fall semester, made the situation critical. Imagine students who had already paid their tuition, signed leases for apartments, even booked flights to the United States. Then imagine discovering the document permitting your entry and study was no longer valid. According to official statements, this action came after a large-scale investigation into a network the government calls fraudulent educational institutions, often called visa mills. These organizations present themselves as legitimate schools, but exist primarily to help people obtain student visas without providing real education. Reports indicate a significant majority were from India, and to a lesser extent, China. Not the big-name universities, but smaller private institutions, vocational programs. Families back home have often made enormous financial sacrifices, taking out substantial loans, selling property, investing life savings. The absolute #1 non-negotiable rule is that you must be a full-time student. This is the core condition of your F1 status. For undergraduates, this generally means at least 12 credit hours per semester. For graduate students, it's typically 9. Dropping below this course load without prior authorization from your DSO is a serious violation. Limited exceptions exist for a medical issue or your final semester, but these are never automatic. You must get official, advance approval from your DSO before changing your enrollment. Your DSO or designated school official is your most important ally. They are your official link to the government's CVIS database. Keep your DSO informed of changes to your address, academic program, and graduation date. But their role is broader. Think of them as your primary resource for any immigration-related question. Are you thinking of dropping a class or planning to travel internationally? Talk to your DSO first. They are trained professionals there to help you navigate the rules. In your first academic year, you are generally not allowed to work off-campus at all. The U.S. government is very strict about this. On-campus employment is usually permitted but limited to 20 hours per week while school is in session. Be warned, unauthorized work is a severe violation that can jeopardize your entire academic stay. Future work authorizations like CPT or OPT are possible later, but they are not automatic and require a separate application through your DSO. It's vital to understand your key documents. Your visa is for travel, but your I-20 and I-94 prove lawful status inside the U.S. Your I-20, issued by your school, must always be valid. Your I-94 is your official arrival record. After every entry, check it online to confirm it says F1 and DS for duration of status. This means you can stay as long as you maintain your status, even if the visa stamp in your passport expires while you're here. Because these documents are so important, become a meticulous record keeper. Create a secure folder for both physical and digital copies of your passport, F1 visa, every I-20 you're ever issued, your I-94 records and transcripts. This personal archive is the official story of your compliance and will be invaluable for future applications. A simple system like a binder and a cloud backup can save you from major headaches. Finally, be proactive. Set a reminder twice a year to do a quick self-check. Is your I-20 still valid? Is your passport valid for at least 6 months into the future? Are you enrolled full-time? Is your address on file with the university correct? This simple habit transforms anxiety into action. If you spot an issue, you have time to contact your DSO and resolve it. This puts you firmly in control. The email arrives without warning, a few cold, bureaucratic lines that turn your world upside down. Finding out your visa has been revoked is terrifying. In that moment, it can feel like the future you've worked so hard to build is collapsing. Your first instinct might be to panic, to frantically search for answers online, or to retreat in fear. But the single most important thing to do is to pause and breathe. This is a moment for clarity, not chaos. Your immediate next step, before doing anything else, is to contact an experienced immigration attorney who specializes in consular matters and student visas. An attorney is more than just a legal representative. They are your translator and your advocate in a complex and often intimidating system. They will work to understand the specific and sometimes undisclosed reason for the revocation. This may involve filing a Freedom of Information Act request to get the government's full record on your case. They can then meticulously assess your options, which could range from reapplying for the visa with a detailed explanation, to requesting a waiver, or challenging the decision through appropriate channels. Crucially, they will handle all communication with government agencies on your behalf, ensuring every correspondence is precise, professional, and strategically sound. This frees you to focus on your well-being and your studies. In a crisis, accurate information is your anchor. Rely only on official primary sources. This means the U.S. Department of State's website, travel.state.gov, and the Department of Homeland Security's portal, studyinthestates.dhs.gov. Your university's International Student Office is another vital, trusted resource. They are your on-campus experts. For legal counsel, use the American Immigration Lawyers Association's official search tool at ilay.org to find a qualified vetted attorney. These sources provide the facts, free from speculation and rumor. Be incredibly cautious about advice from unofficial online sources. While student forums and social media groups can provide moral support from peers who understand your situation, they are often filled with dangerous misinformation. Immigration law is intensely personal and case-specific. A strategy that worked for one person could be disastrous for another, as their circumstances, consular post, and visa history are entirely different. Well-meaning friends might offer suggestions based on anecdotes, But this is not a situation for guesswork. Following bad advice can have irreversible consequences. Remember the immense strength and resilience it took to get here. The late nights studying, the complex application process, the courage to move across the world. This setback does not erase that. Your journey is defined by your response to adversity, not by the obstacles themselves. That same strength will carry you through this challenge. Focus on what you can control: your health, your academic commitments, and your proactive response with your legal team. This is a test of your resolve, and you have already proven you have it in abundance. You bring immense and irreplaceable value to your campus, your research lab, and your community. Your perspective enriches the academic dialogue and the cultural fabric of the institution. Do not lose sight of the dream that brought you here. This is a difficult chapter, but it is not the end of your story. Seeking help is a sign of strength. By taking strategic, informed action, you are taking back control of your narrative. You are the author, and the most important chapters are still waiting to be written. In 2024, over 1.8 million Africans applied for U.S. visas. More than 55% were denied, many without explanation. Some spend hundreds of dollars on fees, flights to consulates, and endless paperwork only to be told no. For decades, this has been the reality, a locked door. But in 2025, that door may be blown wide open. Not for everyone, but for 10 African nations that the U.S. is quietly preparing to grant visa-free entry. No interviews, no consulate lines, no visa at all. Just a passport, a plane ticket, and you're in. This isn't generosity, it's geopolitics, it's competition. And it's a move so bold that when it lands, it could become the most controversial immigration policy in modern U.S. history. But here's what you need to ask yourself before we dive in. Which African country, once seen as a global security risk, is now being invited into America without a single visa check? Why is Washington suddenly courting nations it ignored or even sanctioned just a few years ago? Could this be a calculated move to steal Africa's brightest minds from rivals like China and Russia? Before we reveal the list and the real motives behind it, hit that subscribe button so you never miss the stories the mainstream media won't touch. Share this video right now because when this policy drops, the spin will be everywhere, but the truth will be buried. Africa must be great again. South Africa, a country of 62 million, home to the continent's most diversified economy, and a passport that already grants visa-free access to over 100 countries. For years, its citizens still needed a visa to set foot in the United States, a process often seen as humiliating given the country's close trade ties with Washington. But now, things are changing, and fast. The U.S. knows South Africa isn't just another African nation. It's a G20 member, a BRICS power, and America's largest trading partner in Africa with two-way trade worth $22 billion in 2024. It has deep mineral reserves, platinum, gold, and rare earths, all critical to the U.S. electric vehicle and tech industries. Washington can't afford to let Beijing dominate this relationship. The decision to offer visa-free entry here isn't just about economics. It's also a political chess move. South Africa has been increasingly vocal in global politics, challenging Western dominance at the UN, supporting Palestine, and deepening defense ties with Russia and China. Visa liberalization is America's way of softening Pretoria's stance, a velvet glove over a geopolitical hand. For ordinary South Africans, it means unprecedented access. No visa fees, no embassy interviews, just a passport and a ticket to USA. But for Washington, it's a calculated bet that open doors will lead to open influence. Kenya has been called the Silicon Savannah, and for good reason. Nairobi's tech ecosystem is worth over $3 billion, home to startups like M-Pesa that revolutionized mobile banking worldwide. In 2024, Kenya was America's fifth largest export market in Africa. With U.S. goods worth $500 million heading east across the Atlantic, Washington sees Kenya as more than an economic partner. It's a military and intelligence ally. The U.S. operates from Camp Simba in Manda Bay, a strategic counterterrorism outpost against al-Shabaab and ISIS affiliates in East Africa. No other country in the region offers the same mix of political stability, infrastructure, and willingness to work with American forces. The visa-free offer is as much a reward as it is a recruitment tool. Kenya recently signed a 5-year defense cooperation agreement with the U.S., allowing expanded training, arms sales, and joint operations. It also hosted the first U.S.-Africa Space Forum, hinting at future collaborations beyond Earth. For Kenyans, this new travel privilege could transform careers and businesses. Tech developers could attend U.S. conferences without months of paperwork. Farmers could negotiate export deals in person. And for students, the chance to visit Ivy League campuses without the visa lottery could be life-changing. But this is also Washington hedging against China's deep investments in Kenya's railways and ports. Visa freedom might look like friendship, but it's also strategic, an open door to keep Nairobi firmly in America's orbit. Nigeria, Africa's most populous nation with over 223 million people and the largest GDP on the continent, worth $477 billion in 2024. It's a powerhouse in oil, gas, and tech entrepreneurship. Yet Nigerian travelers have long been stereotyped and over-scrutinized in U.S. visa applications, facing some of the highest rejection rates in the world. If Washington opens its borders to Nigeria visa-free, it's not just an economic move, it's a demographic game-changer. Nigerian Americans already form one of the most educated immigrant groups in the U.S., with 59% holding at least a bachelor's degree, far above the American average of 33%. In sectors like medicine, engineering, and IT, Nigerians are disproportionately represented in high-skilled roles. Washington sees opportunity here, an influx of skilled workers, investors, and innovators who can boost the U.S. economy and counter its aging workforce. But there's a deeper motive. Nigeria is also China's largest African trade partner, with $23 billion in bilateral trade in 2024. The U.S. wants to reclaim influence. For Nigerians, visa-free travel would mean an end to long queues outside consulates in Lagos and Abuja. Freedom to attend family events, global conferences, and investment summits without bureaucratic roadblocks. For America, it's an open invitation to Africa's most dynamic human capital, but it also opens the floodgates for debates over migration, job competition, and brain drain. Ghana, West Africa's rising star with one of the fastest-growing economies in the world. In 2024, GDP growth hit 4.8%, driven by gold, cocoa, and a booming tech sector. Ghana's political stability and investment-friendly policies have made it a darling of the African diaspora and global investors alike. Washington sees Ghana as a safe bet, a democratic ally in a region often plagued by coups and instability. But it's also about culture. Ghana's Year of Return campaign in 2019 brought in thousands of African Americans seeking ancestral connections, generating over $1.9 billion in tourism revenue. For Washington, it's also a counterweight to China's infrastructure investments in Ghana's ports and roads. Morocco, strategically perched between Africa and Europe, with a coastline on both the Atlantic and the Mediterranean. It's a NATO partner and a key player in counterterrorism, trade, and renewable energy. Morocco's Tangier Medport is the largest in Africa, a logistics hub linking continents. In 2024, Morocco exported $3.1 billion worth of goods to the U.S., from phosphates to textiles. The visa-free push here is clear. Washington wants to deepen.
Breaking news, friends. The Trump administration is revoking visas for Chinese students. In a press release that was issued tonight, Secretary Marco Rubio says that under Trump's leadership, the Department of State as well as the Department of Homeland Security will work together to aggressively revoke visas for Chinese students, including those with connections to the Chinese Communist Party or studying in critical fields. This comes just days after Hong Kong said they will welcome top talent from the United States who are being pushed out of Harvard University. Now, today, we have this press release. But students, of course, over the last several weeks have been fighting in court and winning in court against these unfair visa revocations.
If you come to this country as a student, we expect you to go to class and study and get a degree. If you come here to vandalize a library, take over a campus and do things, we're going to get rid of these people. And we're going to continue to do it. So when we identify lunatics like these, we take away their student visa. No one's entitled to a student visa. The press covers student visas like there's some sort of birthright. No, a student visa is like me inviting you into my home. If you come into my home and put all kinds of crap on my couch, I'm going to kick you out of my house.
There's this incredible, almost magnetic pull that the idea of studying in the United States holds for so many people around the world. It's a narrative woven into the global consciousness, a story of opportunity and innovation. For the aspiring scientist, it's the promise of state-of-the-art labs. For the artist, it's the allure of vibrant cultural hubs. For the entrepreneur, it's the ecosystem of Silicon Valley. This isn't just about getting an education, it's about gaining access to the forefront of human knowledge. It's a chance to learn from top experts, to contribute to projects that could change the world, and to earn a degree that carries weight in every corner of the globe. It's more than just attending classes or earning a degree, it's a profound, life-altering transformation. It's about immersing yourself in a new culture, one that often encourages you to question everything. You learn to navigate a different pace of life and new social cues. It's about challenging your own perspectives, not just in the classroom but in late-night conversations with roommates from backgrounds you've only read about. You find yourself explaining your traditions, and in doing so, understanding them more deeply. You are building a future that might look vastly different from the one you once imagined, a future with a global network and a horizon that has expanded far beyond your borders.
Breaking news, friends. The administration is revoking visas for Chinese students. In a press release that was issued tonight, Secretary Marco Rubio says that under Trump's leadership, the Department of State as well as the Department of Homeland Security will work together to aggressively revoke visas for Chinese students, including those with connections to the Chinese Communist Party or studying in critical fields. This comes just days after Hong Kong said they will welcome top talent from the United States who are being pushed out of Harvard University. Now, today, we have this press release. But students, of course, over the last several weeks have been fighting in court and winning in court against these unfair visa revocations.
If you come to this country as a student, we expect you to go to class and study and get a degree. If you come here to vandalize a library, take over a campus and do things, we're going to get rid of these people. And we're going to continue to do it. So when we identify lunatics like these, we take away their student visa. No one's entitled to a student visa. The press covers student visas like there's some sort of birthright. No, a student visa is like me inviting you into my home. If you come into my home and put all kinds of crap on my couch, I'm going to kick you out of my house.
There's this incredible, almost magnetic pull that the idea of studying in the United States holds for so many people around the world. It's a narrative woven into the global consciousness, a story of opportunity and innovation. For the aspiring scientist, it's the promise of state-of-the-art labs. For the artist, it's the allure of vibrant cultural hubs. For the entrepreneur, it's the ecosystem of Silicon Valley. This isn't just about getting an education, it's about gaining access to the forefront of human knowledge. It's a chance to learn from top experts, to contribute to projects that could change the world, and to earn a degree that carries weight in every corner of the globe. It's more than just attending classes or earning a degree, it's a profound, life-altering transformation. It's about immersing yourself in a new culture, one that often encourages you to question everything. You learn to navigate a different pace of life and new social cues. It's about challenging your own perspectives, not just in the classroom but in late-night conversations with roommates from backgrounds you've only read about. You find yourself explaining your traditions, and in doing so, understanding them more deeply. You are building a future that might look vastly different from the one you once imagined, a future with a global network and a horizon that has expanded far beyond your home country's borders. But this journey is a massive undertaking, a bureaucratic marathon filled with paperwork and anxiety. There's the
Breaking news, friends. The Trump administration is
DS-160 application.
Breaking news, friends. The Trump administration is revoking visas for Chinese students. In a press release that was issued tonight, Secretary Marco Rubio says that under Trump's leadership, the Department of State as well as the Department of Homeland Security will work together to aggressively revoke visas for Chinese students, including those with connections to the Chinese Communist Party or studying in critical fields. This comes just days after Hong Kong said they will welcome top talent from the United States who are being pushed out of Harvard University. Now, today, we have this press release. But students, of course, over the last several weeks have been...
The relief is immense. You board a plane, leaving behind everything familiar for the promise of something new and exciting.
Breaking news, friends. The Trump administration is revoking visas for Chinese students. In a press release that was issued tonight, Secretary Marco Rubio says that under Trump's leadership, the Department of State as well as the Department of Homeland Security will work together to aggressively revoke visas for Chinese students, including those with connections to the Chinese Communist Party or studying in critical fields. This comes just days after Hong Kong said they will welcome top talent from the United States who are being pushed out of Harvard University. Now, today, we have this press release. But students, of course, over the last several weeks have been fighting in court and winning in court against these unfair visa revocations.
If you come to this country as a student, we expect you to go to class and study and get a degree. If you come here to vandalize a library, take over a campus, and we're going to get rid of these people. And we're going to continue to do it. So when we identify lunatics like these, we take away the student visa. No one's entitled to a student visa. The press covers student visas like there's some sort of birthright. No, a student visa is like me inviting you into my home. If you come into my home and put all kinds of crap on my couch, I'm going to kick you out of my house.
The very foundation of your legal right to be here feels like it's about to shatter. In early August 2025, the U.S. Department of State made a startling announcement that the idea of studying in the United States holds for educators and immigration advocates worldwide. It's a narrative woven into the global consciousness, approximately a story of opportunity and innovation. This wasn't a slow, aspiring scientist, nor was it a series of individual, unrelated cases. For the artist, it was a large-scale, coordinated action that happened relatively quickly. For the entrepreneur, the timing, it's the ecosystem of Silicon Valley. This isn't just about getting an education. Imagine students who had already paid their tuition, of human signed leases for apartments. It's a chance to learn from top experts to the United States. Projects that could change then imagine discovering the document permitting your entry and study was no longer valid. It's more than according to official statements. This action came after a large-scale investigation into a network the government calls fraudulent educational institutions, often called visa mills. These organizations present themselves as legitimate schools, but exist primarily to help people obtain student visas without providing real education. Reports indicate a significant majority were from India, and to a lesser extent, China. Not the big-name universities, and in doing so, smaller private institutions, vocational programs. You are building a future. Families back home have often made enormous financial sacrifices, taking out substantial loans, selling property.
Breaking news, friends. The Trump administration is revoking visas for Chinese students. In a press release that was issued tonight, Secretary Marco Rubio says that under Trump's leadership, the Department of State as well as the Department of Homeland Security will work together to aggressively revoke visas for Chinese students, including those with connections to the Chinese Communist Party or studying in critical fields. This comes just days after Hong Kong said they will welcome top talent from the United States who are being pushed out of Harvard University. Now, today we have this press release, but students, of course, over the last several weeks have been fighting in court and winning in court against these unfair visa revocations.
If you come to this country as a student, we expect you to go to class and study and get a degree. If you come here to vandalize a library, take over a campus, and we're going to get rid of these people. And we're going to continue to do it. So when we identify lunatics like these, we take away their student visa. No one's entitled to a student visa. The press covers student visas like there's some sort of birthright. No, a student visa is like me inviting you into my home. If you come into my home and put all kinds of crap on my couch, I'm going to kick you out of my house.
Very strict about this. On-campus employment is usually permitted, but limited to 20 hours per week while school is in session. There's this incredible, almost magnetic pull that the idea of studying in the United States holds for so many people around the world. It's a narrative woven into the global consciousness, a story of opportunity and innovation through your DSO. For the aspiring scientist, it's the promise of state-of-the-art lab. Your visa is for the artist, but it's the allure of vibrant cultural hubs. For the entrepreneur, it's the ecosystem of Silicon Valley. This isn't just about getting an education. It's about gaining access to the forefront of human knowledge. After every entry, it's a chance to learn from top experts, to contribute to projects that could change the world, and to earn a degree that carries weight stay as long as you maintain your status. It's more than just a stamp in your passport expires while you're here. It's a profound, because these documents are so important, become a meticulous immersing yourself in a new culture. Create a secure folder that often encourages you to and digital copies of your passport. You learn to navigate F1 visa, every I-20 you're ever issued, your I-94 records and perspectives, not just in the classroom, but in late night conversations of your compliance and will be invaluable for future applications. You find yourself a simple system like a binder and a cloud backup can save you from major more deeply. Finally, you are building a future that might set a reminder twice a year to do the one you once imagined. Is your I-20 still valid? Is your passport valid for at least 6 months into the future? Are you enrolled full-time? But this journey is your address on file with the university correct? This simple habit transforms anxiety into action. If you spot an issue, you have time to contact your DSO and resolve it. This puts you firmly in control. The email arrives without
Breaking news, friends. The Trump administration is revoking visas for Chinese students. In a press release that was issued,
you're not an alien. Terrifying. In that moment, it can feel like the future you've worked so hard to build is collapsing.
If you're not an alien, then like this video and subscribe to the channel.
Your first
Only
instinct
good
might be
humans
to
can
panic,
do it.
to
Aliens
frantically
won't.
search for answers online, or to retreat in fear.
If you're not
But
an
the
alien,
single
then
most
like this
important
video
thing
and
to do
subscribe.
Breaking
is
news,
to
friends. The
pause
Trump
and breathe.
administration is
This a
revoking
moment
visas for
clarity,
Chinese
not
students.
chaos.
In a press release
Your
that was
immediate
issued
next
tonight,
step,
Secretary Marco
before doing
Rubio
anything else,
says that
is
under
to
Trump's
contact an
leadership, the
experienced
Department of
immigration
State,
attorney
as
who
well as the
specializes
Department
in
of Homeland
consular
Security,
matters
will
and
work
student
together
visas.
to
An
aggressively
attorney is
revoke
more than
visas
just a
for
legal
Chinese students,
representative.
including those with
They are your
connections to the
translator
Chinese
and your
Communist
advocate
Party
in a complex
or
and
study
often
in critical
intimidating
fields.
system.
This comes
They will
just
work to
days
understand
after
the
Hong
specific
Kong
and
said
sometimes
they will
undisclosed
welcome
reason for the
top
revocation.
talent from the
This
United
may involve
States
filing
who
a
are being
Freedom of
pushed out of
Information Act
Harvard
request to get the
University.
government's
Now,
full
today
record on
we
your
have this
case.
press release.
They can
But
then
students,
meticulously
of
assess your
course,
options,
over the
which
last
range from
several weeks
reapplying
have
for
been
the visa
fighting
with a
in
detailed
court and
explanation,
winning in
to
court
requesting a
against these
waiver,
unfair
or
visa
challenging the decision
revocations.
through
If you
appropriate
come to this
channels.
country as a student, we expect you to go to class and study and get a degree. If you come here to like vandalize a library, take over a campus and do things, we're going to get rid of these people. We're going to continue to do it. So when we identify lunatics like these, we take away their student visa. No one's entitled to a student visa. The press covers student visas like there's some sort of birthright. No, a student visa is like me inviting you into my home. If you come into my home and put all kinds of crap on my couch, I'm going to kick you out of my
The
house.
Department of Homeland Security's portal, studyinthestates.dhs.gov. There's this incredible, almost magnetic pull that the idea of studying in the United States holds for so many people around the world. It's a narrative woven into the global consciousness, a story of opportunity and innovation. For the aspiring scientist, it's the promise of state-of-the-art labs. For the artist, it's the allure of vibrant cultural hubs. For the entrepreneur, it's the ecosystem of Silicon Valley. This isn't just about getting an education, it's about gaining access to the forefront of human knowledge.
If you're not an alien, then like this video and subscribe to the channel. Only good humans can do it. Aliens won't.
In 2024, over 1.8 million Africans applied for U.S. visas. More than 55% were denied, many without explanation. Some spend hundreds of dollars on fees, flights to consulates, and endless paperwork only to be told no. For decades, this has been the reality, a locked door. But in 2025, that door may be blown wide open. Not for everyone, but for 10 African nations that the U.S. is quietly preparing to grant visa-free entry.
If you're not an alien, then
Breaking news, friends. The Trump administration is revoking visas for Chinese students. In a press release that was issued tonight, Secretary Marco Rubio says that under Trump's leadership, the Department of State, as well as the Department of Homeland Security, will work together to aggressively revoke visas for Chinese students, including those with connections to the Chinese Communist Party or studying in critical fields. This comes just days after Hong Kong said they will welcome top talent from the United States who are being pushed out of Harvard University. Now, today, we have this press release. But students, of course, over the last several weeks have been fighting in court and winning in court against these unfair visa revocations.
If you come to this country as a student, we expect you to go to class and study and get a degree. If you come here to like vandalize a library, take over a campus and do things, we're going to get rid of these people. And we're going to continue to do it. So when we identify lunatics like these, we take away their student visa. No one's entitled to a student visa. The press covers student visas like there's some sort of birthright. No, a student visa is like me inviting you into my home. If you come into my home and put all kinds of crap on my couch, I'm going to kick you out of my house.
There's this incredible, almost magnetic pull that the idea of studying in the United States holds for so many people around the world. It's a narrative woven into the global consciousness, a story of opportunity and innovation. For the aspiring scientist, it's the promise of state-of-the-art labs. For the artist, it's the allure of vibrant cultural hubs. For the entrepreneur, it's the ecosystem of Silicon Valley. This isn't just about getting an education, it's about gaining access to the forefront of human knowledge. It's a chance to learn from top experts, to contribute to projects that could change the world, and to earn a degree that carries weight in every corner of the globe. It's more than just attending classes or earning a degree, it's a profound, life-altering transformation. It's about immersing yourself in a new culture, one that often encourages you to question everything. You learn to navigate a different pace of life and new social cues. It's about challenging your own perspectives, not just in the classroom but in late-night conversations with roommates from backgrounds you've only read about. You find yourself explaining your traditions, and in doing so, understanding them more deeply. You are building a future that might look vastly different from the one you once imagined, a future with a global network and a horizon that has expanded far beyond your home country's borders. But this journey is a massive undertaking, a bureaucratic marathon filled with paperwork and anxiety. There's the I-20 form from your university, the detailed DS-160 application, and the mountain of financial proof. Then comes the visa interview, a brief, high-stakes encounter where you have minutes to prove your intent to return home, even as you pour all your resources into leaving. It's a process fueled by hope, but shadowed by the fear of denial. This dream is built on courage. It represents a significant investment of time, money, and emotional energy, not just from you, but from your entire family. They are your cheerleaders and your emotional bedrock, investing their own hopes in your success. For so many, that dream becomes a reality. You get the acceptance letter. You secure the F1 visa, a precious stamp in your passport that feels like a key to another world. The relief is immense. You board a plane, leaving behind everything familiar for the promise of something new and exciting. You arrive and begin to build a new life. You find your favorite study spot, join a club, and start to feel a sense of belonging. You are not just a student, you are a cultural ambassador, a bridge between your home and your new community. In every classroom discussion, you offer a perspective that enriches the dialogue for your American peers, a vital part of the university's fabric. You're finally hitting your stride. The initial culture shock has faded, replaced by a comfortable routine. The future feels bright and stable. And that's when the ground shifts. It doesn't happen with a formal announcement. It starts as a whisper, a rumor in a WhatsApp group, a link to a news article with a terrifying headline. On a campus TV, you see breaking news about sudden visa revocations or new restrictive interpretations of immigration law. The language is cold and confusing, but the implication is terrifyingly clear. The dream you worked so hard to build is suddenly under threat. So when news breaks that threatens to shatter that dream, anxiety and fear wash over the international student community. Frantic calls are made home, trying to sound calm while your world is spinning. The very foundation of your legal right to be here feels like it's about to shatter. In early August 2025, the U.S. Department of State made a startling announcement. It sent shockwaves through international students, educators, and immigration advocates worldwide. The department confirmed it had revoked approximately 6,000 F1 student visas. This wasn't a slow, gradual process, nor was it a series of individual, unrelated cases. It was a large-scale, coordinated action that happened relatively quickly. The timing, right before the fall semester, made the situation critical. Imagine students who had already paid their tuition, signed leases for apartments, even booked flights to the United States. Then imagine discovering the document permitting your entry and study was no longer valid. According to official statements, this action came after a large-scale investigation into a network the government calls fraudulent educational institutions, often called visa mills. These organizations present themselves as legitimate schools, but exist primarily to help people obtain student visas without providing real education. Reports indicate a significant majority were from India, and to a lesser extent, China. Not the big-name universities, but smaller private institutions, vocational programs. Families back home have often made enormous financial sacrifices, taking out substantial loans, selling property, investing life savings. The absolute number one non-negotiable rule is that you must be a full-time student. This is the core condition of your F1 status. For undergraduates, this generally means at least 12 credit hours per semester. For graduate students, it's typically 9. Dropping below this course load without prior authorization from your DSO is a serious violation. Limited exceptions exist for a medical issue or your final semester, but these are never automatic. You must get official, advance approval from your DSO before changing your enrollment. Your DSO, or designated school official, is your most important ally. They are your official link to the government's CVIS database. Keep your DSO informed of changes to your address, academic program, and graduation date. But their role is broader. Think of them as your primary resource for any immigration-related question. Are you thinking of dropping a class or planning to travel internationally? Talk to your DSO first. They are trained professionals there to help you navigate the rules. In your first academic year, you are generally not allowed to work off-campus at all. The U.S. government is very strict about this. On-campus employment is usually permitted but limited to 20 hours per week while school is in session. Be warned, unauthorized work is a severe violation that can jeopardize your entire academic stay. Future work authorizations like CPT or OPT are possible later, but they are not automatic and require a separate application through your DSO. It's vital to understand your key documents. Your visa is for travel, but your I-20 and I-94 prove lawful status inside the U.S. Your I-20, issued by your school, must always be valid. Your I-94 is your official arrival record. After every entry, check it online to confirm it says F1 and DS for duration of status. This means you can stay as long as you maintain your status, even if the visa stamp in your passport expires while you're here. Because these documents are so important, become a meticulous record keeper. Create a secure folder for both physical and digital copies of your passport, F1 visa, every I-20 you're ever issued, your I-94 records and transcripts. This personal archive is the official story of your compliance and will be invaluable for future applications. A simple system like a binder and a cloud backup can save you from major headaches. Finally, be proactive. Set a reminder twice a year to do a quick self-check. Is your I-20 still valid? Is your passport valid for at least 6 months into the future? Are you enrolled full-time? Is your address on file with the university correct? This simple habit transforms anxiety into action. If you spot an issue, you have time to contact your DSO and resolve it. This puts you firmly in control. The email arrives without warning, a few cold, bureaucratic lines that turn your world upside down. Finding out your visa has been revoked is terrifying. In that moment, it can feel like the future you've worked so hard to build is collapsing. Your first instinct might be to panic, to frantically search for answers online, or to retreat in fear. But the single most important thing to do is to pause and breathe. This is a moment for clarity, not chaos. Your immediate next step, before doing anything else, is to contact an experienced immigration attorney who specializes in consular matters and student visas. An attorney is more than just a legal representative. They are your translator and your advocate in a complex and often intimidating system. They will work to understand the specific and sometimes undisclosed reason for the revocation. This may involve filing a Freedom of Information Act request to get the government's full record on your case. They can then meticulously assess your options, which could range from reapplying for the visa with a detailed explanation, to requesting a waiver, or challenging the decision through appropriate channels. Crucially, they will handle all communication with government agencies on your behalf, ensuring every correspondence is precise, professional, and strategically sound. This frees you to focus on your well-being and your studies. In a crisis, accurate information is your anchor. Rely only on official primary sources. This means the U.S. Department of State's website, travel.state.gov, and the Department of Homeland Security's portal, studyinthestates.dhs.gov. Your university's International Student Office is another vital, trusted resource. They are your on-campus experts. For legal counsel, use the American Immigration Lawyers Association's official search tool at ilay.org to find a qualified, vetted attorney. These sources provide the facts, free from speculation and rumor. Be incredibly cautious about advice from unofficial online sources. While student forums and social media groups can provide moral support from peers who understand your situation, they are often filled with dangerous misinformation. Immigration law is intensely personal and case-specific. A strategy that worked for one person could be disastrous for another, as their circumstances, consular post, and visa history are entirely different. Well-meaning friends might offer suggestions based on anecdotes, but this is not a situation for guesswork. Following bad advice can have irreversible consequences. Remember the immense strength and resilience it took to get here. The late nights studying, the complex application process, the courage to move across the world. This setback does not erase that. Your journey is defined by your response to adversity, not by the obstacles themselves. That same strength will carry you through this challenge. Focus on what you can control: your health, your academic commitments, and your proactive response with your legal team. This is a test of your resolve, and you have already proven you have it in abundance. You bring immense and irreplaceable value to your campus, your research lab, and your community. Your perspective enriches the academic dialogue and the cultural fabric of the institution. Do not lose sight of the dream that brought you here. This is a difficult chapter, but it is not the end of your story. Seeking help is a sign of strength. By taking strategic, informed action, you are taking back control of your narrative. You are the author, and the most important chapters are still waiting to be written.
If you're not an alien, then like this video and subscribe to the channel. Only good humans can do it. Aliens won't.
In 2024, over 1.8 million Africans applied for U.S. visas. More than 55% were denied, many without explanation. Some spend hundreds of dollars on fees, flights to consulates, and endless paperwork only to be told no. For decades, this has been the reality, a locked door. But in 2025, that door may be blown wide open. Not for everyone, but for 10 African nations that the U.S. is quietly preparing to grant visa-free entry. No interviews, no consulate lines, no visa at all. Just a passport, a plane ticket, and you're in. This isn't geopolitics, it's competition. And it's a move so bold that when it lands, it could become the most controversial immigration policy in modern U.S. history. But here's what you need to ask yourself before we dive in. Which African country, once seen as a global security risk, is now being invited into America without a single visa check? Why is Washington suddenly courting nations it ignored or even sanctioned just a few years ago? Could this be a calculated move to steal Africa's brightest minds from rivals like China and Russia? Before we reveal the list and the real motives behind it, hit that subscribe button so you never miss the stories the mainstream media won't touch. Share this video right now because when this policy drops, the spin will be everywhere, but the truth will be buried. Africa must be great again. South Africa, a country of 62 million, home to the continent's most diversified economy, and a passport that already grants visa-free access to over 100 countries. For years, its citizens still needed a visa to set foot in the United States, a process often seen as humiliating given the country's close trade ties with Washington. But now, things are changing, and fast. The U.S. knows South Africa isn't just another African nation. It's a G20 member, a BRICS power, and America's largest trading partner in Africa with two-way trade worth $22 billion in 2024. It has deep mineral reserves, platinum, gold, and rare earths, all critical to the U.S. electric vehicle and tech industries. Washington can't afford to let Beijing dominate this relationship. The decision to offer visa-free entry here isn't just about economics. It's also a political chess move. South Africa has been increasingly vocal in global politics, challenging Western dominance at the UN, supporting Palestine, and deepening defense ties with Russia and China. Visa liberalization is America's way of softening Pretoria's stance, a velvet glove over a geopolitical hand. For ordinary South Africans, it means unprecedented access. No visa fees, no embassy interviews, just a passport and a ticket to USA. But for Washington, it's a calculated bet that open doors will lead to open influence. Kenya has been called the Silicon Savannah, and for good reason. Nairobi's tech ecosystem is worth over $3 billion, home to startups like M-Pesa that revolutionized mobile banking worldwide. In 2024, Kenya was America's fifth largest export market in Africa. With U.S. goods worth $500 million heading east across the Atlantic, Washington sees Kenya as more than an economic partner. It's a military and intelligence ally. The U.S. operates from Camp Simba in Manda Bay, a strategic counterterrorism outpost against al-Shabaab and ISIS affiliates in East Africa. No other country in the region offers the same mix of political stability, infrastructure, and willingness to work with American forces. The visa-free offer is as much a reward as it is a recruitment tool. Kenya recently signed a 5-year defense cooperation agreement with the U.S., allowing expanded training, arms sales, and joint operations. It also hosted the first U.S.-Africa Space Forum, hinting at future collaborations beyond Earth. For Kenyans, this new travel privilege could transform careers and businesses. Tech developers could attend U.S. conferences without months of paperwork. Farmers could negotiate export deals in person. And for students, the chance to visit Ivy League campuses without the visa lottery could be life-changing. But this is also Washington hedging against China's deep investments in Kenya's railways and ports. Visa freedom might look like friendship, but it's also strategic, an open door to keep Nairobi firmly in America's orbit. Nigeria, Africa's most populous nation with over 223 million people and the largest GDP on the continent, worth $477 billion in 2024. It's a powerhouse in oil, gas, and tech entrepreneurship. Yet Nigerian travelers have long been stereotyped and over-scrutinized in U.S. visa applications, facing some of the highest rejection rates in the world. If Washington opens its borders to Nigeria visa-free, it's not just an economic move, it's a demographic game-changer. Nigerian Americans already form one of the most educated immigrant groups in the U.S., with 59% holding at least a bachelor's degree, far above the American average of 33%. In sectors like medicine, engineering, and IT, Nigerians are disproportionately represented in high-skilled roles. Washington sees opportunity here, an influx of skilled workers, investors, and innovators who can boost the U.S. economy and counter its aging workforce. But there's a deeper motive. Nigeria is also China's largest African trade partner, with $23 billion in bilateral trade in 2024. The U.S. wants to reclaim influence. For Nigerians, visa-free travel would mean an end to long queues outside consulates in Lagos and Abuja. Freedom to attend family events, global conferences, and investment summits without bureaucratic roadblocks. For America, it's an open invitation to Africa's most dynamic human capital, but it also opens the floodgates for debates over migration, job competition, and brain drain. Ghana, West Africa's rising star with one of the fastest-growing economies in the world. In 2024, GDP growth hit 4.8%, driven by gold, cocoa, and a booming tech sector. Ghana's political stability and investment-friendly policies have made it a darling of the African diaspora and global investors alike. Washington sees Ghana as a safe bet, a democratic ally in a region often plagued by coups and instability, but it's also about culture. Ghana's Year of Return campaign in 2019 brought in thousands of African Americans seeking ancestral connections, generating over $1.9 billion in tourism revenue. For Washington, it's also a counterweight to China's infrastructure investments in Ghana's ports and roads. Morocco, strategically perched between Africa and Europe, with a coastline on both the Atlantic and the Mediterranean. It's a NATO partner and a key player in counterterrorism, trade, and renewable energy. Morocco's Tangier Medport is the largest in Africa, a logistics hub linking continents. In 2024, Morocco exported $3.1 billion worth of goods to the U.S., from phosphates to textiles. The visa-free push here is clear. Washington wants to deepen military and economic ties, particularly as Morocco becomes a leader in green hydrogen and solar energy. But there's also a geopolitical twist. Morocco has normalized relations with Israel under the Abraham Accords, a U.S. brokered deal that Washington is eager to strengthen. Visa-free access is a diplomatic sweetener, rewarding loyalty and strategic alignment. Egypt, home to 110 million people, the Suez Canal, and a history that spans millennia. In 2024, over 12% of global trade passed through the canal, making Egypt a linchpin in global logistics. Washington's relationship with Cairo has been a mix of military aid, human rights criticism, and strategic necessity. The U.S. gives Egypt $1.3 billion annually in military assistance, second only to Israel. Visa-free access would be a bold move, signaling a shift toward deeper engagement despite political differences. For America, it ensures that Egypt stays within its sphere of influence at a time when Russia and China are expanding their presence in the region. Ethiopia, Africa's second most populous nation, with 126 million people and a rapidly growing economy despite recent conflict. In 2024, Ethiopia finalized peace deals that reopened trade routes and revived its ambition to become a manufacturing hub. Washington sees visa-free access as a way to rebuild ties after years of strained relations over human rights issues. It's also about competition. China has invested billions in Ethiopia's railways, industrial parks, and telecom networks. For Ethiopians, it's a chance to expand diaspora connections in America, where Ethiopian communities already thrive in cities like Washington, D.C. and Minneapolis. Senegal, one of West Africa's most stable democracies with a growing economy driven by offshore oil and gas discoveries. In 2024, Senegal's GDP grew by 5%. It's the world's top diamond producer by value, with a reputation for clean politics and prudent economic management. In 2024, Botswana renegotiated its diamond deal with De Beers, securing greater control over its resources. Washington sees Botswana as a model partner in Africa, stable, transparent, and resource-rich. Tanzania, home to Mount Kilimanjaro, Zanzibar Spice Islands, and vast natural gas reserves. In 2024, Tanzania's economy grew by 5.1%, fueled by tourism, agriculture, and energy projects. Washington's interest lies in both the resources and the location. Tanzania sits on the Indian Ocean, a gateway to East African trade. For Tanzanians, it's a chance to connect more easily with the large diaspora in the U.S. In the end, this isn't just about travel. It's about strategy, influence, and the future of US-Africa relations. Visa-free access for these 10 nations could reshape migration, education, trade, and diplomacy in ways we're only beginning to understand. The question is, who stands to gain more, the people crossing borders or the powers opening the gates?
Ever notice how some travelers seem to breeze through the airport looking comfortable but put together, while others are constantly adjusting, shivering, or looking miserable? The difference isn't luck, it's strategy. I'll never forget watching a guy board my flight to London wearing flip-flops and shorts. 2 hours in, he was wrapped in 3 paper-thin airline blankets. After interviewing dozens of flight attendants and traveling over 200,000 miles to 60-plus countries, I've discovered exactly what not to wear when flying. Ready to transform your travel experience with a few simple wardrobe tweaks? Let's jump in. We've all been there. That heart-pounding race to a gate that feels like it's in a different time zone. You're weaving through crowds, and just when you think you might make it, disaster strikes. Not a delayed flight, but your own 2 feet betraying you. Maybe your flip-flop gets devoured by an escalator, or those stylish but stiff dress shoes have rubbed a raw blister on your heel. The wrong footwear can single-handedly derail your travel day before you even board the plane. First up, complicated footwear. I'm talking about intricate lace-up boots, strappy heels, or high tops with a dozen buckles. They might look great, but in the TSA line, they're a nightmare. While you're hopping on one foot, frantically trying to unlace them, the line behind you grows longer and the glares get colder. You're flustered. You might drop your passport, and you're holding everyone up. It's a stressful start to your trip that is completely avoidable. But I love my cute sandals for vacation, I hear you. But flip-flops and flimsy sandals are just asking for trouble. They offer zero protection from someone dropping a heavy bag on your toes or a rolling suitcase running over your foot. And then there's the hygiene factor. Let's be honest. Airport floors are filthy. A flight attendant once told me she wouldn't walk barefoot in an airport even if someone paid her $1 million. Plus, airplanes get notoriously chilly. Freezing toes for a 5-hour flight is no fun, and your seatmates will thank you for keeping your feet covered. The third mistake? Those gorgeous new shoes you haven't broken in yet. It's so tempting. You buy a beautiful pair of boots for your trip, envisioning yourself looking chic as you step off the plane. But reality is often painful. Your feet can swell during a flight, making snug shoes feel like a torture device. One of my followers learned this the hard way. She wore brand new leather boots on a flight to Paris and spent her first 2 vacation days hobbling around the Louvre in hotel slippers, her feet covered in blisters. Don't let your dream vacation be ruined by a footwear fantasy. So what's the solution? I swear by comfortable slip-on sneakers with good arch support and socks. This combination is the holy grail of airport footwear. They're easy off and on at security, no fumbling required. They protect your feet from rolling bags and mysterious floor spills, and keep you comfortable during that mad dash to the gate. They're versatile enough for exploring a new city upon arrival, too. You can always pack your other stylish shoes in your carry-on and change when you get to your destination. Start your trip on the right foot, literally. Here's something that might gross you out. Those airport floors where you're walking barefoot or in socks during security. Studies have found they can harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat. Yikes. When you're sitting at 35,000 feet for hours, your feet naturally swell, sometimes up to a full shoe size. Tight, restrictive socks can cut off circulation. I once interviewed a frequent flyer who went sockless in loafers on a 14-hour flight to Asia. The result? His feet swelled so much he couldn't get his shoes back on before landing. The game changer most travelers don't know about: compression socks. Not those super tight medical ones your grandma wears. Modern compression socks are actually pretty stylish. I tested this myself on identical flights from New York to Los Angeles. The difference was night and day. We've all faced the classic travel outfit dilemma. Should I wear shorts or pants on my flight? It seems like a simple choice, but making the wrong one can seriously impact your comfort and even your health. Let's settle this debate once and for all. Here's the shocking truth about why you should always opt for pants. First, the ick factor. A recent survey revealed that a staggering 65% of passengers have experienced unwanted contact with another traveler's bare legs or feet. In those cramped quarters, a stranger's sweaty knee brushing against yours is almost inevitable. It's not just awkward, it's a direct transfer of germs. Wearing pants creates a simple, effective barrier, keeping your personal space personal. Next, the temperature. Planes are notoriously cold. Cabin air is deliberately kept cool, typically around 65 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, to help prevent passengers from fainting at high altitudes. But for you, it means sitting in a chilly environment for hours. If you're unlucky enough to be seated near an air vent, that gentle breeze can feel like an Arctic blast, leaving you shivering and miserable in shorts. And now for the part that might make you squirm. Think about your airplane seat. It's a public space used by hundreds of people every month. With tight turnaround times, those seats are rarely deep cleaned. They've seen it all: spilled drinks, food crumbs, and a whole ecosystem of germs left behind. Creating a layer of fabric between your skin and that well-used upholstery is just common sense hygiene. Do you really want your bare legs touching whatever is lurking in that seat cushion? So what's the solution? The perfect travel pants balance comfort and style. Forget stiff jeans that dig in. Look for pants made from natural, breathable fabrics like cotton or a high-quality blend. A bit of stretch is key for moving around or napping. My go-to is a pair of lightweight cotton blend joggers. They have a flexible drawstring waist, are comfortable enough to sleep in. But their tapered cut still looks polished and put together when you land. Let's talk about something most travel videos avoid. Your underwear choice can make or break your flight comfort. Seams that you never notice during regular activities suddenly become pressure points. Look for underwear made specifically for travel or exercise, with moisture-wicking properties and flat seams that won't dig in. Have you ever been perfectly comfortable at the gate, then freezing on the plane, then sweating when you land? The solution isn't one perfect garment. It's strategic layering. Start with a moisture-wicking base layer, a simple t-shirt or long-sleeve tee in a natural fabric. Next, add a warm mid-layer that's easy to remove, like a zip-up hoodie or lightweight sweater. Finally, top with a multifunctional outer layer that can serve as a blanket or pillow if needed. Let's talk accessories, starting with what to wear. Metal jewelry is the #1 culprit for security delays. Even small amounts of certain metals can trigger the sensitive scanners, forcing you to step aside for a pat-down. That gorgeous statement necklace might look amazing in your vacation photos, but is it worth the frantic fumbling in the TSA line? A simple solution is to pack your favorite pieces in a small pouch within your carry-on. One frequent business traveler I interviewed shared a cautionary tale. She was held up for nearly 10 minutes trying to undo a tricky clasp on a silver bracelet. The delay was just long enough for her to watch her connecting flight push back from the gate. She now travels completely jewelry-free on flight days. Now for the accessories that are absolute travel lifesavers. First up, a good quality eye mask. Look for one made of a soft material like silk, and consider a contoured design that doesn't press on your eyelids. It's a game changer for getting real rest, helping your body's internal clock adjust, especially on long-haul daytime flights. Next, invest in noise-canceling headphones or earbuds. They don't just block out crying babies or chatty neighbors. They reduce the constant, fatiguing drone of the engines, leaving you feeling far more refreshed upon arrival. And here's a pro tip. Don't forget compression socks. They might not be the most glamorous accessory, but they are crucial for promoting blood circulation on long flights, reducing swelling and the risk of DVT. Your legs will thank you. Finally, let's pull back the curtain on a big question. Do flight attendants judge you based on what you wear? After interviewing cabin crew from 3 major airlines, the answer is a resounding yes. But it's not about designer labels or wealth. It's about preparedness. They notice if you're wearing shoes that can be easily slipped off in an emergency, or if you're in restrictive clothing that would be a hindrance. One senior flight attendant told me she can spot an experienced traveler from the jet bridge. They're the ones in comfortable layers, with a tidy carry-on and practical footwear. She also shared that, while it's not an official policy, there's a subconscious bias. Passengers who dress neatly and look put together are often perceived as more respectful, and are more likely to receive attentive service or even be considered for an upgrade if the opportunity arises. It's a simple correlation. Those who take the time to dress thoughtfully for a shared space often extend that same consideration to the crew and fellow passengers, exhibiting more polite and patient behavior throughout the flight. Conversely, someone in dirty pajamas with multiple messy bags might be subconsciously flagged as potentially high maintenance or disruptive. Does this mean you need to dress up for your next flight? Not at all. But aiming for neat casual rather than just rolled out of bed might subtly improve your travel experience in ways you wouldn't expect. If you've had your own travel outfit disaster or have a go-to airplane ensemble that never fails, drop it in the comments below. I read every single one. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more travel tips. Sharing this video could save someone from a miserable flight experience. Thanks so much for watching. Safe travels, and I'll see you on the next travel tips video.
You think you're packing smart, but TSA agents can spot your mistakes from across the terminal. And those random bag checks, they're not actually random at all. Welcome back to Future Travel Tips, your trusted source for smarter air travel. Last week, a retired TSA supervisor spilled the beans to me at a travel conference. Certain packing habits practically guarantee your bag gets pulled for inspection. She said, and I quote, "We can spot problem bags before they even hit the belt." Today, I'm revealing the 10 biggest packing blunders that instantly mark you as an amateur traveler. Plus, the insider tricks that'll have you gliding through security like a VIP. Stay tuned for mistake number 6. It involves a hairstyle that got my wife flagged by security, and the story is even more ridiculous than you'd imagine. Mistake number 10. Overpacking your carry-on like a Tetris champion. It's a common misconception that a perfectly crammed bag is a sign of packing prowess. But in the world of airport security, it's a major red flag. When your carry-on is packed tighter than a sardine can, the X-ray machine's view is obstructed. The scanner can't get a clear read on individual items, forcing a manual inspection. I learned this the hard way, flying out of Atlanta. A simple bundle of bobby pins, buried deep in my wife's overstuffed bag, looked like an unidentifiable metal object on the screen. That triggered a full search. 20 minutes later, with our belongings spread across the inspection table, we were sprinting to our gate. We barely made our flight. The solution? Pack like you're organizing a filing cabinet, not stuffing a turkey. Use packing cubes to compartmentalize, and always leave about 20% breathing room in your bag for a clear scan. Mistake number 9, creating a jewelry jungle in your bag. Tossing all your necklaces and rings together is a recipe for disaster at security. On X-ray screens, that jumbled mess creates what TSA calls spaghetti masses. These dense, tangled shapes are impossible to identify and can easily hide other items, forcing a physical inspection. What should be a 30-second scan turns into a 10-minute public unpacking session while the line behind you groans. To avoid this, thread necklaces through drinking straws to prevent tangling. Yes, regular drinking straws work wonders. Use a weekly pill organizer for rings and earrings. Each compartment keeps items separate and clearly visible on scanners. For watches and bracelets, wrap them around rolled socks to keep them secure and protected. Mistake number 8, turning your tech into spaghetti soup. A chaotic jumble of chargers and earbuds isn't just messy, it's a security red flag. When all those wires overlap on the X-ray, it forms an indecipherable web that agents must investigate manually. I've watched business travelers get pulled aside for lengthy unpacking sessions because their tech looked like an explosion in a wire factory. The key is to organize. Pack all cables in a clear electronics pouch and place it at the top of your bag for easy access. Better yet, streamline your tech. Switch to USB-C devices across the board. One charger type for everything means fewer cables to flag. One tech consultant shared, "I started using cable organizers with individual pockets. My security time dropped from 15 minutes to 2. The agents actually thanked me." Mistake number 7, forgetting the liquid rules that actually matter. Everyone knows the 3-1-1 rule, but the real confusion is what the TSA considers a liquid. Their unofficial motto, if you can spread it, spray it, or spill it, it counts. That's why seemingly solid items like peanut butter, creamy cheese spreads, thick hair gels, honey, jam, and salsa all fall under liquid restrictions. I once saw a traveler lose an expensive face cream because the container was 6 ounces, even though it was half empty. It's the container size that matters, not the amount inside. The list of surprising liquids continues. Decorative snow globes, gel shoe inserts, and even some gel-style candles must be checked. A great way to bypass this is switching to solid toiletries. And if you're traveling with frozen items, they must be rock solid. Any sign of melting, and that ice pack is gone. For international trips, always ask at check-in, "Are there any liquid restrictions for my destination?" It shows you're a savvy traveler and can save you a major headache. Mistake number 6, wearing the wrong outfit. This can lead to some truly awkward moments. I'll never forget when my wife, sporting a trendy sock bun, got flagged at Phoenix Security. The full-body scanner couldn't process the dense shape on her head and flagged it as an anomaly, resulting in a full pat-down of her hair. It's not just hairstyles. Anything that breaks your body silhouette or contains hidden metal can trigger an alarm. Large metal belt buckles, underwire bras, and the metal shanks in sturdy boots almost guarantee an extra pat-down. The same goes for cargo pants or jackets with lots of metal snaps. So what's the secret? A TSA agent once told me the uniform of a pro traveler is simple: yoga pants, a basic t-shirt, and slip-on shoes. It's comfortable, metal-free, and you'll fly through the checkpoint. And now, for mistake number 5, the dreaded electronic scramble. You're at the front of the line, the agent is calling for laptops out, and you're frantically excavating your carry-on. It's a stressful mess. Here's why this is so important. On an X-ray, the dense lithium-ion batteries inside electronics appear as solid black shapes. If your laptop is buried under a tangle of cables, the agent can't get a clear view, which means your bag gets pulled for a manual search. This applies to any electronic larger than a phone, tablets, e-readers, and cameras too. The ultimate solution is a checkpoint-friendly laptop bag that unzips to lay flat. No removal needed. If you don't have one, pack strategically. Think last in, first out. Your electronics and liquids bag should be right on top for easy access. And please, do a mental checklist before you walk away. I've seen people sprint back in their socks, realizing their $2,000 laptop is still sitting in a gray bin. Mistake number 4, choosing the wrong bag for air travel. This might sound trivial, but trust me, your bag choice can single-handedly determine your entire security experience, setting the tone for your whole trip. A poorly chosen bag creates friction and stress before you even reach the gate. So what makes a bag TSA-friendly? Look for dedicated lay-flat laptop compartments that butterfly open, allowing your computer to be scanned without removal. Also, easily accessible exterior pockets are a game-changer for stashing your liquids bag, phone, and wallet, so you're not fumbling around holding up the line. I've literally timed it. A well-organized, checkpoint-friendly bag can get you through security in under 3 minutes. A standard backpack you have to unpack and repack? You're looking at 15 minutes minimum, plus a whole lot of unnecessary frustration. One Road Warrior executive told me, "I spent $200 on a checkpoint-friendly bag and thought I was crazy."
But then he did the math. He figured he saved at least 10 minutes per flight, and he takes over 100 flights a year. That's over 16 hours saved. That bag didn't just pay for itself in productivity, it bought him back precious time and peace of mind.
Mistake number 3, packing gifts like it's Christmas morning. We all love giving a beautifully wrapped present, but here's the hard truth that gift givers hate to hear. TSA will absolutely destroy your masterpiece if they need to inspect what's inside, and they often do. Wrapped packages are security nightmares. The X-ray machine can't clearly see through multiple layers of paper, especially shiny metallic or foil-based papers. To an agent, that opaque box could be anything, so they have no choice but to open it for a physical inspection. The simple solution? Use gift bags with tissue paper. An agent can take a quick peek without destroying your presentation. If you absolutely must wrap, use clear cellophane or transparent bags where the contents are fully visible. It maintains a bit of that festive feel without the security risk. Another pro tip, ship your gifts ahead, or call your hotel. Many will happily accept and hold packages for arriving guests. It's a small logistical step that saves a massive potential headache at the airport. Mistake number 2, packing food like a grocery store explosion. Now, bringing snacks is smart, but certain foods are notorious for causing delays. Dense, paste-like foods, think hummus, peanut butter, or even thick jams, show up as suspicious organic masses on X-ray screens, often mimicking the density of materials agents are trained to find. Even your lunch can be a problem. That carefully assembled sandwich with multiple ingredients? Each layer shows up differently on the X-ray, creating a complex, hard-to-read image. And a homemade salad with dressing pooled at the bottom? That liquid is an instant red flag and will likely be confiscated. The key is to make it easy for them. Keep all food items in a separate clear bag at the very top of your luggage for easy removal. And remember, the 3-1-1 liquids rule applies to spreadable foods. Separate wet and dry ingredients completely. Pack the dressing separately in a compliant container. And this is crucial for international flights. Always declare food items at customs, especially fruits, vegetables, and meats. The fines for not declaring can be steep. When in doubt, just toss it before you get to the customs hall. Mistake number 1, showing up with more bags than you can possibly handle. Juggling multiple bags like a circus act while creating chaos at checkpoints. They're creating a one-person traffic jam before security even starts. TSA doesn't care how many bags airlines technically allow. They care when your belongings don't fit in bins. Choose bags that nest together or attach securely. A backpack properly clipped to your roller counts as one item. Use compression cubes to fit more in less space. One seasoned traveler told me, "I can fit a week's worth in one bag now. Used to travel with 3. My security time dropped by 75%. What flies at laid-back LAX might get scrutinized at security-strict Newark. Charles de Gaulle is notorious for random additional checks. Same trimmer, different airport, totally different reaction. Security procedures change based on threat levels, new technology, holidays, or even shifts. So there you have it. 10 packing mistakes that practically guarantee extra TSA attention and how to avoid every single one. Which of these mistakes have you been making? What's the weirdest thing that ever got your bag flagged? Drop your airport horror stories in the comments. I read every single one and often feature the best ones in future videos. If this video saves you from even one TSA headache, hit that like button and subscribe to future travel tips. Share this with that friend who always gets stopped at security. They'll thank you later. Thanks so much for watching. Safe travels, and I'll see you on the next travel tips.
If you're not an alien, then like this video and subscribe to the channel. Only good humans can do it. Aliens won't.
Hello, fellow travelers. It's so wonderful to connect with you today as we think about one of life's most exciting journeys, retirement. For so many of us, this new chapter isn't just about leaving a career behind. It's about discovering a place where we can truly live, connect, and thrive. There's a beautiful and growing trend among white retirees to seek out the heart and soul of America, its small towns. These communities offer a refreshing change of pace from the hustle and bustle of big city life. They promise a return to simpler pleasures, where neighbors know each other by name, and a sense of belonging is woven into the very fabric of the town. Imagine waking up not to the sound of traffic, but to the gentle chirping of birds or the distant chime of a town clock. Of course, practical considerations are just as important as the idyllic scenery. Safety, excellent healthcare, and an affordable cost of living are the pillars of a secure and comfortable retirement. So, as we embark on this exploration together, I encourage you to keep an open heart and an open mind. Our first stop takes us to the sun-drenched shores of St. Augustine, Florida, the nation's oldest city. Stepping into this town is like stepping back in time, with its stunning Spanish colonial architecture, cobblestone streets, and the majestic Castillo de San Marcos. For white retirees who appreciate history, culture, and the warmth of the Florida sun, St. Augustine offers an unparalleled living experience. With miles of pristine beaches just a short drive from the historic downtown, you can easily blend days of cultural exploration with afternoons of sunbathing, fishing, or simply listening to the gentle lapping of the waves. The community here is incredibly welcoming, comprised of a diverse mix of lifelong residents, artists, and fellow retirees who have all been drawn to the city's unique charm. Imagine starting your morning with a walk along the beach as the sun rises, followed by coffee at a quaint cafe in the historic district. Next, we travel to the breathtaking Blue Ridge Mountains to discover the vibrant city of Asheville, North Carolina. This is a town that truly nourishes the soul, making it a top destination for white retirees who seek a perfect blend of natural beauty, artistic expression, and a health-conscious lifestyle. This natural playground offers endless opportunities for outdoor recreation, from scenic drives along the Blue Ridge Parkway to hiking on countless trails, fishing in pristine rivers, and exploring magnificent waterfalls. Asheville's heart beats with a creative and bohemian rhythm. The city is renowned for its thriving art scene, with hundreds of studios, galleries, and craft shops, particularly in the vibrant River Arts District. The community is a delightful mix of artists, entrepreneurs, and fellow retirees who value creativity, wellness, and a strong sense of community. Living in Asheville means embracing a lifestyle that is both stimulating and serene. Your days could be filled with exploring the magnificent Biltmore Estate, enjoying concerts, or relaxing at downtown breweries. Let's journey out west to the charming high desert town of Prescott, Arizona, affectionately known as everybody's hometown. The heart of the town is its historic Courthouse Plaza, a beautiful tree-lined square surrounded by historic buildings, including the famous Whiskey Row. The sense of community in Prescott is one of its greatest assets. It's a place where traditional values of friendliness, patriotism, and neighborliness are cherished. Outdoor enthusiasts will be in heaven with access to 4 beautiful lakes for kayaking and fishing, as well as over 400 miles of trails for hiking, biking, and horseback riding. The town also has a rich cultural scene with several museums, live theater venues, and events celebrating its Western heritage. For healthcare, the Yavapai Regional Medical Center provides excellent, comprehensive care. Imagine your life in Prescott mornings spent hiking in the cool, pine-scented air, followed by lunch at a historic saloon on Whiskey Row. Our journey now takes us to a surprising gem in the Pacific Northwest, Boise, Idaho. Once a well-kept secret, Boise has blossomed into one of the most desirable cities in the country. The city is renowned for its cleanliness, safety, and the genuine friendliness of its residents. It's a place that feels both vibrant and wholesome. The crown jewel of Boise is its incredible access to the outdoors. The Boise River Greenbelt, a stunning 25-mile park that runs through the heart of the city, is a paradise for walkers, joggers, and cyclists. Just a short drive from downtown, you can find yourself hiking or mountain biking in the Boise foothills, skiing at the Bogus Basin Mountain Resort, or fly fishing in world-class rivers. Beyond its natural beauty, Boise boasts a surprisingly vibrant and cultured downtown core. You'll discover a thriving culinary scene, lively arts community, and the unique Basque Block. From a practical standpoint, Boise is an excellent choice for retirement. The cost of living remains affordable. Idaho is tax-friendly for retirees, and the healthcare system is robust. Let's travel back east to the heart of Pennsylvania Dutch country and explore the charming city of Lancaster. Lancaster is a city of wonderful contrasts, where a bustling and revitalized downtown is surrounded by miles of picturesque rolling farmland dotted with Amish and Mennonite homesteads. The quality of life in Lancaster County is exceptional. The pace is gentle, and the community is built on a foundation of strong values, hard work, and mutual respect. Despite its rural charm, Lancaster is a hub of activity. The city has a surprisingly vibrant arts and culture scene, with the historic Fulton Theater and Franklin and Marshall College. Healthcare is another major strength, with the nationally recognized Lancaster General Health providing superb medical care. Lancaster is also conveniently located within hours of major cities. Imagine a life where you could spend the morning exploring the historic Central Market and the afternoon driving through the beautiful countryside, admiring the pristine farms. For our next destination, we head back to the Sunshine State to explore a place that is truly one of a kind: the Villages. This isn't just a town, it's a massive, master-planned retirement community. The entire community is connected by miles of golf cart legal streets, making it fun and easy to get around. The sheer scale of amenities in the Villages is staggering. There are dozens of golf courses, hundreds of pickleball courts, numerous recreation centers, and over 3,000 resident-led clubs. Each of the 3 main town squares offers a unique theme with shops, restaurants, and free live entertainment every single night of the year. Healthcare is a top priority, with a full-service hospital located right within the community. The community is also exceptionally safe with its own public safety department. Life in the villages is often described as being like a summer camp for adults. If your dream is to spend your golden years playing, socializing, and enjoying endless sunshine, the villages might just be your perfect destination. Let's journey to the enchanting coastal city of Savannah, Georgia, a place that captivates the imagination with its unparalleled southern charm and breathtaking beauty. The city's historic district is a masterpiece of urban planning, laid out in a grid of 22 picturesque squares, each one a lush green oasis shaded by magnificent live oak trees draped in Spanish moss. The city's stunning architecture, from grand antebellum mansions to charming garden apartments, provides a feast for the eyes at every turn. The culture in Savannah is as rich and layered as its famous cuisine. It's a city that embraces a slower, more genteel pace of life, where hospitality is a cherished art form. The presence of the Savannah College of Art and Design infuses the city with a youthful, creative energy, supporting a wonderful array of art galleries, independent film screenings, and unique shops. Imagine your life in Savannah, starting your day with a leisurely stroll through Forsyth Park, followed by lunch at a cafe in the vibrant city market. For our final destination, we head north to the stunning shores of Lake Michigan to discover Traverse City. This vibrant town is the unofficial capital of northern Michigan. Situated on the beautiful Grand Traverse Bay, the city is surrounded by crystal clear water, sandy beaches, and rolling hills covered in cherry orchards and vineyards. Life in Traverse City revolves around the water and the great outdoors. In the summer, the area is a playground for boating, sailing, swimming, and kayaking. When winter arrives, it transforms into a snowy wonderland. Beyond its natural splendor, Traverse City has a sophisticated and lively downtown. Front Street is lined with unique boutiques, art galleries, and an impressive array of fantastic restaurants. The area is also at the heart of Michigan's wine country, with dozens of award-winning wineries located on the picturesque peninsulas, perfect for a day of tasting and touring. From a practical perspective, Traverse City is an excellent place to retire. It offers a safe environment, moderate cost of living, and Munson Medical Center provides outstanding healthcare services. What a wonderful journey we've had exploring some of the most beautiful and welcoming towns across America. From the historic streets of St. Augustine to the majestic mountains of Asheville and the lakeside beauty of Traverse City, choosing where to spend your golden years is one of the most personal and exciting decisions you'll ever make. It's about more than just finding a house. As you consider your options, my best advice is to think deeply about what truly matters most to you. Make a list of your priorities. Once you have a short list of potential towns, it's time for the most important step. Go and visit them. Nothing can replace the feeling you get when you actually walk the streets of a town. Ultimately, finding your perfect retirement town is a journey of the heart. It's about listening to that quiet inner voice that says, "This feels right. This feels like home." I wish you all the best on your wonderful journey, and I have no doubt that you will find the perfect place to start your next, most exciting chapter. Happy travels and happy home finding.
Vegas airport. Look at how empty it is. It's almost eerie. There are people down there. I don't think I've ever been to Vegas airport.
I could show you down the hallway. Nobody, guys. I have never seen this before in my life. Look at this. The tram, not a single soul. Guys, this is scary.
Travel once felt as simple as breathing. We boarded planes and crossed oceans. We explored new cities and ancient ruins. The world seemed to be getting smaller. Connections between people and places grew stronger every year. This global network was built on the idea of open skies and shared experiences. It allowed for business, for study, and for the simple joy of discovery. Families separated by continents could reunite. Suddenly, that feeling began to change. New rules appeared. Travel became more complicated. The United States implemented a series of travel restrictions and bans. These policies were aimed at specific countries, citing national security concerns. The primary countries include Venezuela, Iran, Syria, Libya, Yemen, Somalia, and North Korea. Additionally, nations like Chad, Eritrea, and Myanmar have also faced varying levels of restrictions. Venezuela was once a premier destination in South America. Its crown jewel, Angel Falls, the world's tallest uninterrupted waterfall, drew adventurers from all corners of the globe. It offered everything from the snow-capped peaks of the Andes to the sun-drenched beaches of the Caribbean. The imposition of U.S. travel bans, coupled with the nation's ongoing political and economic turmoil, brought this burgeoning industry to a standstill. International airlines drastically reduced or eliminated their routes to Caracas. The effect was catastrophic for the tourism sector. Iran is a cradle of civilization. Its history stretches back millennia, leaving behind a legacy of breathtaking art, architecture, and literature. For travelers, it offers a journey through time, from the magnificent ruins of Persepolis to the stunning blue-tiled mosques of Isfahan. Before the most stringent travel bans were enacted, Iran's tourism industry was experiencing a renaissance. The travel restrictions dealt a severe blow to these aspirations. The skilled artisans who practice centuries-old crafts have lost a key market for their finest work. Before the conflict and the subsequent travel bans, Syria was a treasure trove of history. Its capital, Damascus, is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world. The magnificent Roman ruins of Palmyra rose majestically from the desert, while the Crusader castle of Crac de Chevalier stood as a formidable testament to a bygone era. The combination of a devastating civil war and comprehensive U.S. travel bans has completely erased this industry. The historic sites themselves have suffered terribly, with some sustaining catastrophic damage. The absence of international organizations and tourism revenue makes preservation nearly impossible. Libya, a land of vast deserts and captivating coastlines, holds within its borders some of the most spectacular and remarkably well-preserved Roman ruins in the world. Imagine stepping back in time, wandering through cities that once thrived under Roman rule. The ancient city of Leptis Magna, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, stands as a testament to Roman engineering and artistry. It's a sprawling marvel of towering arches, grand basilicas, and elaborate bath complexes that rivals anything you might find in the heart of Italy itself. The sheer scale and intricate detail of Leptis Magna offer a glimpse into the opulence and sophistication of Roman life in North Africa. Not far away, nestled along the Mediterranean coast, the city of Sabratha boasts another incredible treasure, a stunningly reconstructed Roman theater. Picture yourself standing on the stage, looking out at the rows of empty amphitheater seats, with the sparkling Mediterranean Sea providing a breathtaking backdrop. The acoustics are still remarkable, and one can almost hear the echoes of ancient performances and the roar of the crowds that once filled this magnificent space. Sabratha offers a more intimate experience of Roman life, showcasing the importance of culture and entertainment in this vibrant coastal city. Sadly, the political turmoil that followed the 2011 revolution, combined with strict U.S. travel bans and ongoing instability, has kept this incredible potential locked away from the world. This unfortunate isolation has meant that its incredible historical sites, including Leptis Magna and Sabratha, have been virtually unvisited by the outside world for well over a decade. These silent archaeological parks stand as a poignant reminder of the treasures that lie hidden within Libya, waiting to be rediscovered and appreciated by a global audience. The absence of tourism has had a devastating impact on the local economy. A tourism industry, rich with potential, that could have provided thousands of jobs for Libyans and served as a vital source of non-oil revenue, never truly had the chance to develop and flourish. The empty hotels and closed tour operator offices stand as stark symbols of what could have been, a testament to the untapped potential that lies dormant within this fascinating country. Yemen possesses a culture and landscape unlike any other on Earth. Its ancient capital, Sana'a, is a masterpiece of urban design, with its iconic multi-story mud brick towers adorned with intricate gypsum patterns. The island of Socotra, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is often called the Galapagos of the Indian Ocean for its bizarre and unique flora. The devastating civil war, compounded by a strict U.S. travel ban and humanitarian blockade, has plunged Yemen into one of the world's worst crises. The airport in Sana'a has been largely closed to commercial traffic for years, cutting off a vital lifeline. Somalia, with the longest coastline in mainland Africa, is a country of immense natural beauty and untapped potential. Its pristine white sand beaches stretch for thousands of kilometers along the Indian Ocean. A number of new hotels and restaurants have opened along Mogadishu's Lido Beach, catering to the local population and the diaspora. The airport in Mogadishu handles a growing number of flights, But its arrivals are mostly aid workers, diplomats, and Somalis, not the international tourists the country needs. Despite significant hurdles, the effort to rebuild continues. There is a concerted effort to change the narrative about Somalia from one of conflict to one of opportunity. North Korea, a nation already heavily shrouded in mystery and isolation, found itself further cut off from the world. The US government imposed a complete ban on its citizens traveling to North Korea, citing safety concerns and political tensions. This measure, while intended to protect American citizens, had the unintended consequence of deepening the country's isolation, impacting cultural exchange and understanding. The already limited interactions between North Korea and the outside world dwindled even further. For Chad, a landlocked African nation blessed with stunning desert scenery and a rich cultural heritage, the travel advisories presented a significant obstacle. The nation had been actively trying to develop a niche ecotourism market, hoping to attract adventurous travelers and boost its economy. However, the travel restrictions severely hindered these efforts, preventing the country from showcasing its natural wonders, like the breathtaking Enedi Plateau, to a wider audience. The potential for sustainable tourism, which could have provided much-needed income for local communities, remained largely untapped. Myanmar presents a more recent and particularly complex case study in the impact of travel restrictions. After a period of significant opening up, which led to a tourism boom and increased international engagement, a military coup abruptly reversed course, leading to renewed sanctions and travel advisories from various countries. The once bustling tourist hotspots, including the awe-inspiring ancient temples of Bagan and the serene waters of Inle Lake, fell silent once more as visitor numbers plummeted. The dreams of a more connected and prosperous Myanmar were put on hold. The reimposed travel restrictions and sanctions have had a devastating impact, crushing the hopes and dreams of countless small business owners and entrepreneurs. Many had invested their life savings, often meager, into building guest houses, restaurants, and tour operations, all in anticipation of a more open and prosperous future for their country. Now, they face financial ruin, struggling to make ends meet as the tourists stay away. The promise of economic growth and improved living standards has been replaced by uncertainty and hardship. The image of an empty airport, once a bustling hub of human activity, now stands as a stark and powerful symbol of our disconnected times. It represents not just canceled flights and grounded planes, but also the ripple effect of lost jobs across numerous sectors, the disruption of broken supply chains that span continents, and the silencing of invaluable cultural exchange that enriches our world. These empty terminals echo with the absence of human connection, a void that underscores the profound impact of recent global events on our interconnected world. The stories emerging from these nations, from bustling metropolises to remote villages, reveal a profound and often overlooked human cost that extends far beyond mere economic statistics. We see the faces of individuals whose livelihoods have been upended, families separated by closed borders, and communities struggling to cope with the sudden absence of tourism and trade. These are the personal narratives that paint a vivid picture of the challenges faced by people around the globe. Yet, even amidst these challenges, the first steps toward renewal are already being taken in quiet, hopeful ways, demonstrating the resilience and adaptability of the human spirit. These glimmers of hope are visible in the Libyan archaeologist, a guardian of cultural heritage, meticulously protecting ancient ruins for future generations. We see it in the Iranian hotelier, embracing technology to maintain an online presence and keep the dream of welcoming guests alive. And we find it in the Somali entrepreneur, confidently investing in a beachfront cafe, envisioning a future where laughter and connection fill the air once more. These are not just isolated incidents, they are acts of faith, powerful testaments to a shared belief in a future where travel is once again a bridge, not a barrier, connecting people and fostering understanding across borders. They represent a commitment to rebuilding trust, fostering collaboration, and working together to overcome the challenges that lie ahead. This renewed sense of global citizenship is essential for creating a more resilient and interconnected world. Travel at its best is far more than just a vacation. It's a transformative experience that enriches both the visitor and the host, fostering empathy and understanding. It replaces abstract headlines with genuine handshakes, breaks down stereotypes with personal stories, and builds bridges of connection that span cultures and continents. It's about creating lasting memories and forging meaningful relationships that transcend geographical boundaries. By working towards a world where skies are open to all, where borders are less restrictive, and where human connection is prioritized, we are reaffirming our commitment to a more connected, curious, and compassionate global community. We are investing in a future where understanding triumphs over fear, where collaboration replaces division, and where the shared human experience is celebrated in all its diversity. The airports may be empty today, and the roads less traveled, but the fundamental human desire to explore, to learn, to connect, and to understand remains a quiet but persistent hope, a beacon guiding us towards the journeys yet to come, towards a brighter and more interconnected future for all.
Welcome to St. Lucia, a stunning island nation that holds more secrets and surprises than you might expect. Prepare to be captivated by its breathtaking landscapes and vibrant culture. Named after St. Lucie, this beautiful country has a rich and complex history that stretches across centuries of European battles, mysterious traditions passed down through generations, and unique cultural oddities. Today we'll dive into 13 mind-blowing facts and intriguing taboos from St. Lucia that will leave you in awe and give you a deeper appreciation for this Caribbean gem. Number 13. St. Lucia, a country torn between two empires. St. Lucia is the only country in the world named after a woman, yet her name and flag have changed a staggering 14 times. For over 200 years, France and Britain relentlessly fought for control over the island, each vying for its strategic location and resources. This constant tug-of-war earned the island the fitting nickname Helen of the West Indies. Today, the island beautifully blends French romance and British formality, creating a unique cultural tapestry. French Creole is spoken alongside English, and Catholicism seamlessly merges with British-style laws and education. Number 12. Don't miss a mud bath in a volcano. Would you dare to bathe in a volcano? Well, in St. Lucia, you absolutely can. It's an experience unlike any other. Located in the heart of the Soufriere volcano, this incredible geothermal spa offers visitors a chance to soak in naturally heated, mineral-rich mud. The mud, believed to have powerful rejuvenating properties, is packed with beneficial elements like sulfur, magnesium, and zinc. Locals enthusiastically say it can make you look 10 years younger, giving your skin a radiant and youthful glow. The experience costs as little as $10, $15, and promises a unique and unforgettable spa session that leaves you feeling refreshed and transformed. Number 11. Women make the first move. In St. Lucia, the ladies are often in charge, and it's something to be celebrated. This island embraces a culture where women often confidently take the lead in relationships. It's a society where women skillfully manage households, finances, and even hold prominent community leadership roles, shaping the island's future. The gender ratio is such that for every 1,000 women, there are only 948 men, further highlighting the strong female presence. The bold, confident women of St. Lucia are widely known for their striking beauty, sharp wit, and undeniable charm. If you visit, don't be surprised or shy if a woman approaches you first. Flirting is considered an art form here, so embrace the playful interaction. Number 10. The world's first underwater love hotel. Imagine staying in a luxury hotel not just near the water, but actually 120 feet underwater. The Lover's Deep Submarine Hotel, anchored off the coast of St. Lucia, offers a truly unique and intimate experience for couples seeking the ultimate romantic getaway. Launched on Valentine's Day in 2014, the hotel features 5-star accommodations, including an underwater spa where you can relax and rejuvenate, and personalized romantic experiences tailored to your desires. For $150,000 per night, guests can enjoy unparalleled privacy in the deep blue sea, surrounded by marine life, with only a captain, a gourmet chef, and a dedicated butler to cater to their every need. A truly unforgettable and extravagant getaway. Number 9. The most beautiful island in the world. St. Lucia is often called one of the most beautiful islands on Earth, and for good reason. With its majestic twin volcanic peaks, pristine white sandy beaches, and crystal-clear turquoise waters, it's no wonder this island is a top honeymoon destination and a haven for nature lovers. The island's unique blend of untamed, lush nature and world-class luxury resorts offers something for everyone, whether you're seeking adventure or relaxation. From simply relaxing on the beach with believe it or not, a rather strange law in St. Lucia prohibits the importation of certain shaving brushes, specifically those that are made in Japan. This unusual ban stems from a historical incident dating back to the 1960s, where contaminated shaving brushes led to a serious outbreak of illness among the population. While this ban may seem quirky and outdated in today's world, it's still officially in place, potentially affecting traditional shaving enthusiasts who travel to the island. Number 6. The world's most unique necklace. The locals of St. Lucia craft necklaces from volcanic ash, carefully mined from the island's famous sulfur springs. This isn't just any souvenir, it's a piece of the island's very core. These hematite necklaces are believed to carry natural properties that help with relaxation, warmth, and emotional well-being. Many wearers claim to feel a sense of calm and grounding when adorned with this unique piece of jewelry. Each necklace is uniquely crafted and energy matched to its buyer, making it a truly personal piece of St. Lucia. The artisans take great pride in ensuring that each necklace resonates with the individual who will wear it. Number 5. 2 Nobel laureates from a tiny island. Despite having a population of less than 200,000, St. Lucia has produced 2 Nobel Prize winners. Sir Arthur Lewis, an economist who won the Nobel Prize in Economics in 1979, and Derek Walcott, a poet and playwright who won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1992. These are monumental achievements for such a small nation. St. Lucia is the world leader in Nobel laureates per capita, a proud achievement for such a small island. This speaks volumes about the quality of education and the intellectual environment fostered on the island. Number 4. The city of Castries was burned down 3 times. Castries, the capital of St. Lucia, has faced immense challenges throughout its history. The city has been destroyed by fire 3 times. The first 2 fires occurred in 1796 and 1813, with the most devastating one happening in 1948. These fires caused widespread damage and significant loss of life. Despite these tragic events, Castries has rebounded and now boasts a mix of modern and colonial architecture, making it a bustling hub of culture and commerce. The resilience of its people is truly remarkable. Number 3. The Twin Peaks of the Pitons. The Pitons, 2 towering volcanic spires in St. Lucia, are an iconic symbol of the island, drawing visitors from across the globe. Rising from the sea like 2 lovers embracing, the peaks represent the unity of male and female energy. They stand as a testament to the power of connection and harmony. For centuries, the Pitons have stood as a symbol of love and beauty, and they continue to attract visitors from around the world. Their majestic presence is a constant reminder of the natural wonders that St. Lucia has to offer. Number 2. Watch your words, swearing can lead to fines. St. Lucia takes politeness seriously. Public swearing or inappropriate behavior can result in fines of up to $1,000. This strict law was designed to ensure respect in public spaces, and the locals take it seriously. So, whether you're at a beach bar or on a public bus, always keep your language in check. Number 1. Camouflage clothing is banned. If you're visiting St. Lucia, leave your camouflage clothing at home. It's illegal for civilians to wear camouflage gear as it is reserved for the military. The law was implemented to prevent civilians from impersonating police or military personnel and committing crimes. Bonus fact: St. Lucia's powerful passport. Did you know that St. Lucia offers one of the most powerful passports in the Caribbean? For as little as $100,000, you can become a St. Lucian citizen in just 60-90 days. This passport grants visa-free access to over 147 countries, including the UK, Schengen area, and more. Plus, St. Lucia offers tax incentives for citizens, making it an attractive option for investors. From its fascinating history and unique laws to its natural wonders and cultural treasures, St. Lucia truly is a land of surprises. Whether you're drawn by its beauty, intrigued by its taboos, or inspired by its achievements, St. Lucia offers experiences you won't find anywhere else in the world. Thank you for joining us on this journey through St. Lucia's most incredible secrets. Don't forget to subscribe for more amazing Caribbean discoveries.
I have a friend. Let's call him Marcus. He's a sharp, thoughtful guy, the kind of person you can always count on for a well-reasoned perspective. He's got the classic American dream, the one we're all told to strive for. Great job, beautiful family, nice house, the whole package. A picture-perfect life, seemingly untouched by the anxieties of the world. But Marcus told me about his just-in-case suitcase. It sits tucked away, not quite hidden, but definitely not on display. Not for vacations, but for research and paperwork, meticulously gathered documents, birth certificates, and application forms. He's looking into a second passport, exploring his options, weighing the pros and cons, navigating the complex world of international citizenship. He's not planning to leave America, not packing his bags for good just yet, but every troubling headline, every instance of injustice, makes that suitcase feel more necessary, more like a lifeline. The news cycle fuels his quiet preparation. It's like having a fire escape plan, a carefully considered route to safety. For a house you love but know isn't perfect, a place filled with memories but also vulnerable to unforeseen dangers. That suitcase is about peace of mind, a tangible symbol of preparedness. A plan B if things go wrong, a safety net woven with careful planning and proactive measures. Marcus isn't alone in this quiet pursuit. I've heard this sentiment, this quiet anxiety from many Black Americans across different walks of life. It's a quiet conversation happening everywhere, at kitchen tables, in hushed phone calls, and during late-night discussions. What if I need a way out? What if the promise of equality remains unfulfilled? The American dream is powerful, a beacon of hope for generations. But for some, particularly Black Americans, it feels fragile, constantly threatened by systemic inequities. Dual citizenship isn't about rejecting America, about turning one's back on the country. It's about security and options, about having a backup plan in an uncertain world. It's a way to have a place, a sanctuary, where your safety isn't up for debate, where your rights are unequivocally protected. For Marcus and others, that suitcase is about agency, about reclaiming control, taking control in a world that can feel unpredictable, where the rules seem to shift without warning. It's a modern version of a long history, a continuation of a struggle for self-determination. Black people seeking freedom and safety, echoing the journeys of their ancestors. Wherever they can find it, wherever they can build a life free from fear, the desire for a second passport, for that extra layer of protection, is about expanding choices, about opening doors to new possibilities, not abandoning roots, but strengthening them by creating alternative pathways. It's about having an escape hatch, a safety valve in a pressure cooker world, just in case, a quiet act of defiance and self-preservation. And for many, this isn't about fear, but about empowerment. That's a powerful form of hope, a proactive step towards a brighter, more secure future for themselves and their families. So, what exactly are we talking about when we say dual citizenship? It's a term that's been gaining traction, popping up in conversations about identity, heritage, and even personal freedom. But what does it really mean in practical terms? Simply put, dual citizenship means you're legally recognized as a citizen of two countries simultaneously. You're not just a resident or a long-term visitor. You possess the full rights and responsibilities of a citizen in both nations. This often translates to having two passports, each representing your connection to a different nation. With dual citizenship, you gain two sets of rights, privileges, and also responsibilities under the laws of each country. This grants you the ability to live, work, pursue education, and even vote in both places, opening up a world of opportunities. The U.S. government, while not actively promoting it, generally allows dual citizenship. It's a policy of acceptance, even if it's not shouted from the rooftops. And it's clear that interest in obtaining dual citizenship is steadily growing, with more and more people exploring their options. This is especially true among Black Americans, who are increasingly seeking connections to their ancestral homelands. So the question arises, why is this happening now? What's driving this surge in interest? Well, the internet has revolutionized genealogy, making it significantly easier to trace family roots and discover potential eligibility for citizenship in countries across Africa. The same holds true for the Caribbean, where many individuals are finding pathways to reconnect with their heritage. Furthermore, DNA tests have transformed vague notions of ancestry into concrete, verifiable connections, providing tangible evidence of lineage. Adding to this, several countries are actively opening their doors to the African diaspora, inviting them to return and become citizens. They are offering citizenship not just as a legal status, but as a profound opportunity to reconnect with their roots and begin a journey of healing. This growing movement has even been given a name, Blaxit. It represents a significant trend of Black Americans choosing to move abroad in pursuit of a better quality of life, seeking new opportunities and experiences. Ultimately, it's about finding a place where being Black is not a defining struggle, but simply the norm, where representation and inclusion are inherent. Dual citizenship, therefore, is far more than just filling out paperwork and acquiring another passport. It represents a powerful means to reclaim a lost heritage, build a more secure future for oneself and one's family, and strengthen cultural identity. In essence, if one club, one nation, doesn't offer you full and equal membership, doesn't fully recognize your worth, then why not explore the possibility of joining another that welcomes you with open arms, offering a sense of belonging and boundless opportunities? Let's talk about the upsides, the real advantages that come with having a second passport. We're not just talking about a document, we're talking about a gateway to a world of possibilities. A second passport means new opportunities. It unlocks doors you didn't even know existed. It's about expanding your horizons and breaking free from geographical limitations. Work, opening up international career paths and allowing you to pursue ventures across borders. Study, gaining access to global educational institutions and fostering a more diverse learning experience. And business without visa hassles, streamlining international operations and expanding your market reach. Imagine launching a business in Ghana, tapping into a vibrant market and contributing to the local economy. Or buying property in Barbados as a local, not a foreigner, investing in a piece of paradise and creating a legacy for your family. It's a smart financial move, providing access to international banking and investment opportunities. Diversifying your assets, spreading your investments across different markets and currencies to mitigate risk, and creating a safety net outside the US, a financial cushion to protect you and your family in times of uncertainty. But the biggest benefit is security. It's about having a plan B, a place to go if things take a turn for the worse. For many Black Americans, a second citizenship is peace of mind, knowing you have options and aren't trapped in a single location. A backup plan if things get rough at home, a sanctuary where you can rebuild and thrive. It's knowing you have somewhere to go where you're not a minority, where your culture is celebrated and your voice is heard, where your kids don't have to worry about the talk, where they can grow up feeling safe, valued, and free. That sense of control changes everything. It empowers you to make decisions that are best for you and your family. You're not just reacting to the world, you're proactively shaping your future and creating opportunities. You're building options for your family, securing their future and providing them with a world of possibilities. It's not paranoia, it's preparation. It's about being proactive and taking steps to protect your loved ones. Dual citizenship is the ultimate insurance policy. It's a safety net that can provide peace of mind in uncertain times. It's about freedom, the freedom to travel, work, and live where you choose. Choice, the power to decide your own destiny and create a life that aligns with your values. And a softer place to land if you ever need it, a welcoming community where you can feel safe, supported, and at home. For some, that's worth more than anything. It's an investment in your future and the future of your family. It's a way to take charge of your destiny, to create a life that is filled with opportunity, security, and freedom. And that's a powerful feeling. It's the feeling of empowerment, knowing that you have the ability to shape your own future. Dual citizenship means more freedom to move. An American passport is strong, but a second one can open even more doors, like living and working across the Caribbean or the EU. Travel gets easier too. No more long lines as a foreigner. Some countries offer citizens perks like affordable education or healthcare. But the deepest benefit is cultural connection. For Black Americans, gaining citizenship in Africa can be a powerful act of reclaiming history. Initiatives like Ghana's Year of Return invite the diaspora home, not as outsiders but as family. It's about walking streets where you belong, learning your ancestors' stories from the land itself. This isn't just paperwork, it's healing. It's about belonging, not replacing your identity, but enriching it. For many, it's the answer to where am I from? It's a journey back to the source. And for some, it's the missing piece. Of course, it's not all easy. Getting a second citizenship is complicated. Lots of paperwork, legal fees, and waiting. You'll deal with two governments and their rules. Then there's taxes. The US taxes citizens no matter where they live. Even if you move abroad, you still have to file US taxes every year. You might need a specialized accountant, and mistakes can be costly. Some countries have mandatory military service, something to consider for you or your kids. Dual citizenship can also limit certain job opportunities, especially in US government roles. The reality is, being a global citizen means more bureaucracy and stress. You have to be organized and ready for the administrative maze. The benefits are real, but so are the headaches. It's a serious commitment, one that requires careful thought. Ask yourself, are the opportunities worth the cost in time, money, and energy? For some, the answer is yes. For others, it's not so clear. Go in with your eyes open. The challenges aren't just legal, they're emotional too. Dual citizenship can create a sense of divided loyalty. Which country comes first? Where do you belong? Family and friends might not understand, seeing your move as giving up on America. You may feel pressure to justify your choice or even guilt for leaving. Integration isn't easy either. Even with ancestral roots, you're still a newcomer, learning the language, culture, and customs. You might feel like an outsider in both places. The dream of perfect belonging can turn into feeling caught between worlds. It's a common immigrant experience, freedom of movement, but sometimes at the cost of feeling truly rooted. It's a trade-off, one you have to be ready for. The emotional journey is as real as the paperwork. Dual citizenship changes your sense of self. Suddenly, where are you from? Has a layered answer. You're American and Ghanaian, or Jamaican, or both. Your identity becomes richer, but also more complex. You might feel like you don't fully fit in anywhere, always the American abroad, changed when you return home. Your connection to the Black American community shifts too. You have an escape hatch others don't, which can create distance or even guilt. Your perspective changes as you experience new cultures and racial dynamics. Ultimately, it's about integrating both identities, honoring your roots and your new branches. It's a challenge, but also an opportunity. You get to define yourself on your own terms. In a connected world, complex identities are the new normal, and that can be a source of strength. This isn't just theory, it's happening. Ghana's Year of Return drew over 1 million visitors, many from the US diaspora. Thousands of Black Americans have already moved to Ghana, and other African nations are launching similar initiatives. The African diaspora has huge economic power, over $1 trillion in spending. African countries see the diaspora as partners in nation building. Dual citizenship builds real bridges, businesses, jobs, and cultural ties. It's a modern form of Pan-Africanism, uniting people across continents. But it's important to approach with humility. Newcomers aren't saviors, but partners. The best outcomes come from integration and mutual respect. It's about building a stronger global Black identity, together. The movement is real, and it's growing. So, should Black Americans consider dual citizenship? There's no one-size-fits-all answer. It's a personal decision, balancing opportunity, security, and identity against legal and emotional challenges. For some, it's a path to empowerment and a new sense of belonging. For others, the fight is at home, working for change in America. Both choices are valid. The important thing is having the conversation, asking what you want, where you feel safe, and what freedom means to you. Your just-in-case suitcase is about hope, agency, and the future you want to create. So, what would you pack? The answer says a lot about who you are and where you're headed.
Imagine waking up, not to the jarring sound of your alarm, but to a wild, almost electric buzz resonating deep within your chest. A feeling of anticipation, excitement, and maybe just a touch of disbelief. You instinctively check your bank account on your phone, an unbelievable sight, unlimited funds ready and waiting. Next to you, resting on the nightstand, a fresh, crisp passport, pre-approved for every visa imaginable. No bureaucratic hurdles, no waiting in line, just pure, unadulterated access. Your eyes fall upon a neatly folded note. The message, scrawled in elegant handwriting, simply reads, "You have 365 days. See it all. Go." No signature, no explanation, just a clear and concise directive. The challenge, should you choose to accept it, visit every single country on Earth, all 195 in total, in the span of just 1 year. A monumental task, a race against time, and an immersion into the diverse tapestry of human culture. It's a mission so audacious, so seemingly impossible, that most would dismiss it as a fantasy. But for a true traveler, for someone with an insatiable wanderlust, it represents the ultimate adventure, the pinnacle of exploration. The initial shock slowly gives way to a surge of pure adrenaline. Your mind races, a whirlwind of possibilities and logistical nightmares swirling together. The Great Wall, the pyramids of Giza, standing as silent sentinels of time, the vibrant and intoxicating markets of Marrakesh, overflowing with spices and exotic treasures, and Antarctica's vast icy plains, a landscape of stark beauty and unparalleled solitude. This isn't a leisurely vacation filled with relaxation and sightseeing. It's a year of perpetual motion, a constant state of transit and discovery. Fleeting moments in anonymous hotel rooms, countless hours spent in airplane seats, gazing out at the clouds, and the rhythmic lull of overnight trains carrying you across continents under the cloak of darkness. Comfort is willingly traded for the intoxicating thrill of the unknown, the promise of new experiences around every corner. The first step, meticulous planning. But the sheer scale of the undertaking begs the question, how do you even begin to tackle such a monumental task? You'd undoubtedly need a dedicated team of experts, a sprawling global network of contacts, and a massive wall covered in maps, meticulously connecting cities and continents with a web of routes. Do you strategically navigate continent by continent, or do you zigzag across the globe, chasing favorable weather patterns and navigating the ever-changing landscape of open borders and visa requirements? Every single hour counts in this high-stakes game. This is far more than just a vacation. It's a complex logistical operation on a military scale, fueled by insatiable curiosity and the relentless pressure of a ticking clock. The sheer scale is staggering, a true test of endurance, both physical and mental, not just a simple travel itinerary. You'd witness more of the world, experience more cultures, and collect more memories in a single year than most people accumulate in an entire lifetime. But beyond the sights and sounds, beyond the stamps in your passport, the real question lingers. How would this transformative journey fundamentally change you as a person? Suddenly the world shrinks, transforming into your own personal neighborhood, ripe for exploration. And the adventure, the challenge of a lifetime, truly begins the very moment you wholeheartedly say yes. Remember, the clock is already ticking and the world awaits. Let's break down the sheer audacity of this plan. 195 countries, 365 days. We're not talking about leisurely exploration here. This is a full-blown assault on the globe. That boils down to less than 2 days per country. Think about that for a moment. 48 hours to experience a culture, a history, a people. It's a fleeting glimpse, a whirlwind of impressions. This isn't a vacation, it's a relentless sprint. A marathon disguised as a holiday. Forget relaxation, this is about endurance. Every 45 hours, you're touching down in a new nation, constantly racing against the clock. The pressure to move, to see, to experience is ever present. That incredibly tight window includes landing procedures, navigating customs and immigration, the chaotic journey into the city, and then the frantic rush to your next departure gate. Sleep, a luxury, food, whatever you can grab on the go, sightseeing, squeezed into the margins, a fleeting photo op before the next mad dash. You're a human boomerang, thrown in, flung out, repeat, a constant cycle of arrival and departure with barely a moment to breathe in between. Every single day is meticulously planned, scheduled down to the minute. Land, clear customs with practiced efficiency, snap a quick photo of a landmark, and then it's straight back to the airport. No lazy mornings spent lingering over coffee, no spontaneous detours down charming side streets, absolutely no time to get gloriously lost in the moment. Your life, for this year, becomes a dizzying blur of boarding passes, crowded airport lounges, and the constant disorienting hum of jet engines. The thrill of discovery constantly battles the gnawing anxiety as the clock relentlessly ticks down, reminding you of the next flight, the next border, the next country. And what about the inevitable disruptions? A volcanic eruption grounding flights, a sudden street protest blocking your route. Even a simple cold could completely derail the entire meticulously crafted plan. The pressure to maintain this breakneck pace, to adhere to this impossible schedule, is immense. You must become a master of improvisation, constantly rerouting your journey, rebooking flights at a moment's notice, all while battling crippling exhaustion and the disorienting effects of jet lag. In this scenario, the schedule isn't just a guide, it's your tyrant, dictating every move, demanding unwavering obedience. One single misstep, one missed connection, and the carefully constructed dominoes begin to fall, threatening to unravel the entire journey. It's a logistical nightmare of epic proportions. Only the most adaptable, resourceful, and resilient travelers can possibly hope to survive this challenge. So the question remains, can you possibly keep up with this insane pace? Transportation is a mind-bending puzzle. You'd live in the sky. Economy business may be private jets for the world's far corners. Jet lag becomes your default state. Health is your most precious asset, constantly threatened by new foods, climates, and germs. Your medical kit rivals a pharmacy. Vaccinations are endless. Even with preparation, illness could cost you countries. Everyday tasks, laundry, communication, sleep, become major challenges. You're washing socks in hotel sinks, juggling SIM cards, and grabbing sleep wherever you can. The physical and mental toll is enormous. This is endurance travel, ultramarathon for the mind and body. Only the resilient make it through. Even with a magic passport, international bureaucracy is a minefield. Some visas take weeks, others are unpredictable. One grumpy border guard can end your journey. Conflict zones and political unrest make some countries nearly impossible, or dangerous, to visit. You need a team of diplomatic fixers, always monitoring global events. Each border crossing is a gamble lost passport, suspicious customs, or a watchlist mistake could halt everything. Political rivalries force detours, some stamps block entry to other countries. Sometimes you must fly to a neutral country just to avoid a problematic stamp. Every crossing is a dance through global politics. The world map is more than lines, it's a web of shifting rules and risks. Unlimited budget? The real-world cost is still mind-blowing. Nearly 200 flights, many last-minute or to remote places. Transportation alone is astronomical. Remote islands may require private planes. Accommodation adds up, nearly 200 hotel bills, sometimes at premium prices. You need reliability, safety, and Wi-Fi for logistics. Visa fees, travel insurance, and food costs pile on. Every meal, every taxi, every laundry service, small costs bleed your budget. You're not just a traveler, you're running a global logistics company. Even with endless money, managing it all is a Herculean task. Imagine a life where every 48 hours the world transforms around you. You're not just visiting a new place, you're completely immersed in a new culture, a different language, and a unique way of life. It's a constant state of discovery. One day you're skillfully navigating chopsticks in Tokyo, savoring the delicate flavors of authentic sushi. The next you find yourself haggling for spices in the vibrant, bustling markets of Cairo. A sensory explosion of sights and sounds. Social cues and customs shift constantly, demanding your attention and adaptability. Your brain is in overdrive, constantly processing new information and adjusting to unfamiliar norms. Language barriers might keep verbal interactions brief, but smiles and gestures become your universal language, bridging cultural divides with simple human connection. The food journey is nothing short of wild and exhilarating. One moment, you're enjoying the spicy, aromatic flavors of Tom Yum in Bangkok. The next, indulging in a perfectly grilled steak in Buenos Aires, a carnivore's dream come true. Then, you're tearing off a piece of injera in Addis Ababa, scooping up flavorful stews with this unique spongy bread, and finally, savoring a buttery, flaky croissant in a charming Parisian cafe. Each meal is more than just sustenance, it's a snapshot of a country's soul, a culinary window into its history and traditions. Tight schedules might mean plenty of quick airport sandwiches, but the truly authentic culinary highlights are absolutely unforgettable, leaving a lasting impression on your palate and your memory. You learn to adapt instantly, embracing strict punctuality in some cultures, while appreciating a more relaxed approach to time in others. You become a cultural chameleon, seamlessly blending in and adapting to new environments. This constant adaptation fosters empathy and cultivates a profound sense of open-mindedness. And the most important lesson of all, despite our diverse backgrounds and cultural differences, we're all fundamentally connected by our shared humanity. The world's incredible diversity becomes your greatest teacher, shaping your perspective and broadening your understanding of the human experience. Amid the chaos, moments of awe make it all worthwhile. Sunrise over the Himalayas, silence in the Namib Desert, these memories burn bright. You witness the planet's masterpieces in a dizzying montage. Amazon rainforests, Norwegian fjords, Shanghai's skyline, Rome's romance. It's not just landmarks, the magic is in small moments. Lanterns in Thailand, markets in Guatemala, a child's smile in Vietnam. Beauty is everywhere, woven into daily life. This relentless exposure changes your perspective. You see the world's fragility and splendor firsthand. Countries become more than dots on a map, they're part of a living, interconnected whole. Exhaustion fades in the face of such wonder. Gratitude and awe become your constant companions. After 365 days and 195 countries, you reach the finish line, exhausted, transformed. But what was the point? Did you truly experience these places or just collect them? The journey forces a debate, quantity versus quality, breadth versus depth. The checklist is tempting, but what's lost when speed is everything? The carbon footprint is massive, and the impact on local communities is real. True travel is about connection, perspective, and understanding, not just ticking boxes. The magic happens when you slow down and let a place seep into your soul. So if you had one perfect unhurried day anywhere in the world, where would you go, and why? That answer reveals what travel truly means to you. Imagine waking up one morning not to the familiar sounds of your city, but to an eerie silence on the news. You turn on your devices only to find the world's borders erased from every digital map. The neat lines that once defined countries are simply gone. The sun rises, birds sing, life continues its rhythm seemingly undisturbed, but every map is blank. No nations, no boundaries, just land and sea, free of human-drawn divisions. The political landscape as we knew it has vanished overnight. Overnight, we're not Americans, Nigerians, or Japanese. The labels that once defined our identities suddenly feel irrelevant. We're just humans, sharing one planet, under one sky. The concept of nationality fades, replaced by a shared sense of humanity. This isn't a disaster or an invasion, no hostile force at play. It's a silent, universal shift, a transformation that transcends physical conflict, a change that affects every single person on Earth. Borders are more than lines, they are so much more. They're rules, languages, currencies, and histories, the very fabric of our societal structures. They dictate who can go where, what we can trade, and how we interact. For centuries, they've shaped our identities, molded our cultures, and defined our allegiances. They've sparked wars, fueled conflicts, and kept us apart, creating divisions where perhaps none needed to exist. Now governments scramble, leaders in disarray. What does it mean to lead a country with no edges? Who's in charge when there's no territory to govern in the traditional sense? The world's organizing principle dissolves. The very foundation of our geopolitical order crumbles, leaving us with questions we never thought we'd face, challenging our understanding of society and governance. Suddenly, families separated by borders can reunite, free to cross the invisible lines that once kept them apart. Scientists can collaborate freely, sharing knowledge and resources without the constraints of national interests. The world's cultures, knowledge, and experiences are open to everyone, creating a global tapestry of shared understanding. The disappearance of borders isn't just political, it's deeply personal, affecting our relationships, our sense of belonging, and our understanding of the world. It's an invitation to see Earth as a single shared home, a unified entity where everyone is a neighbor. The initial shock gives way to realization, a slow dawning of understanding. The barriers that divided us are gone, not just physically but mentally and emotionally as well. The world holds its breath, waiting to see what comes next, poised on the brink of a new era. We're challenged to redefine who we are, no longer by where we're from but by what we share, by our common humanity and shared destiny. The lines are gone. The future is wide open, full of both uncertainty and boundless possibility. Imagine a world where the barriers to travel simply dissolve. Instantly, travel transforms, becoming something almost unrecognizable compared to what we know today. The friction melts away. Airports lose their fortress-like feel, shedding the layers of security that have come to define them. The long lines, the pat-downs, the constant vigilance, all fade into memory. Imagine a world with no more passport checks or border controls. The very concept of a border becomes fluid, less a barrier and more a suggestion. Buying a ticket from Cairo to Rio, a journey across continents and cultures, is as easy as a bus ride across town. The process is seamless, intuitive, and accessible to everyone. The world's infrastructure, painstakingly built for control and restriction, is overwhelmed as millions move freely, exploring new horizons and connecting with distant lands. The existing system simply can't cope with the sheer volume of travelers. Highways and train stations overflow, bursting at the seams with the constant influx of people. Airports struggle with sheer numbers, not security. The challenge shifts from preventing entry to managing the flow of an unprecedented number of passengers. But humanity adapts, as it always does. New transit hubs rise, designed to handle the increased capacity and facilitate seamless connections between different modes of transport. High-speed trains cross continents, shrinking vast distances and connecting far-flung cities in a matter of hours, and long-distance trips shrink from weeks to days, making the world feel smaller and more accessible. Visiting the Amazon with its lush rainforests and vibrant wildlife, or the Northern Lights, dancing across the Arctic sky in a breathtaking display of natural beauty, becomes an everyday reality, no longer a distant dream reserved for the privileged few. Global tourism explodes, transforming local economies and creating new opportunities for cultural exchange. This leads to blending cultures in ways we've never seen, fostering understanding and breaking down barriers between people from different backgrounds. Small towns become melting pots, attracting people from all corners of the earth, of languages, foods, and traditions, creating vibrant and diverse communities. Children grow up, immersed in a world of diversity with friends from every corner of the globe, learning to appreciate different perspectives and cultures from a young age. The planet becomes a living classroom, offering endless opportunities for exploration and discovery. Every journey, whether across continents or just to the next town, becomes a lesson in humanity, fostering empathy and understanding. Our relationship with place changes forever, as we become more connected to the world and more aware of our shared humanity. The world is in motion, constantly evolving and changing, and so are we, adapting to a new era of unprecedented mobility and interconnectedness. The global economy is upended, traditional structures crumble, and familiar patterns dissolve. We are witnessing a seismic shift, a fundamental restructuring of how the world conducts business. The old rules no longer apply, and the future is being written in real time, a future where the very foundations of commerce are being redefined. Tariffs, trade barriers, and customs vanish overnight. Borders become lines on a map, rather than obstacles to trade. The flow of goods, services, and capital accelerates, creating a truly interconnected global network. This unprecedented openness promises both immense opportunities and significant challenges. A coffee farmer in Ethiopia sells directly to Stockholm, bypassing traditional intermediaries and capturing more of the value they create. This direct connection empowers producers in developing nations and allows consumers to access unique products from around the world. A startup in Lagos competes with Silicon Valley, leveraging global platforms and access to talent to challenge established tech giants. Innovation is no longer confined to traditional centers of power. It can emerge from anywhere, disrupting industries and creating new markets. Goods and ideas flow freely, sparking innovation and growth. This unrestricted exchange of knowledge and resources fuels creativity and accelerates the pace of technological advancement. The world becomes a laboratory, where new ideas are constantly tested and refined. But local businesses face new threats, as they are suddenly exposed to competition from all corners of the globe. The playing field is leveled, but not everyone is prepared for the intensity of the game. Suddenly, everyone is a competitor. The local bakery now competes with artisanal bread makers in France, and the neighborhood tailor faces off against bespoke clothing designers in Italy. Communities must find ways to preserve their unique economies, protecting their cultural heritage, and supporting local artisans. The challenge is to embrace globalization without sacrificing the distinct character that makes each community special. In a global marketplace, the digital realm becomes the new town square, where buyers and sellers from all over the world connect and transact. Work transforms as people move to where opportunities are, seeking better prospects and higher wages in new and emerging markets. This global migration reshapes communities and creates a more diverse and interconnected workforce, creating new hubs and emptying others. The rise and fall of cities becomes more rapid as economic activity shifts and new centers of innovation emerge. Cities reinvent themselves to attract a global citizenry, not just workers, offering a vibrant cultural scene, world-class amenities, and a welcoming environment for people from all backgrounds. Value shifts from price to provenance as consumers become more interested in the story behind the products they buy. Authenticity, craftsmanship, and sustainability matter more. Consumers are increasingly willing to pay a premium for products that are made with care, respect for the environment, and a commitment to ethical labor practices. Consumers support businesses that align with their values, choosing to spend their money with companies that share their commitment to social and environmental responsibility anywhere in the world. This creates a powerful incentive for businesses to adopt more ethical and sustainable practices, regardless of their location. The economy becomes more conscious and connected, driven by a growing awareness of the social and environmental impact of our consumption choices. The challenge balancing global access with local identity, ensuring that the benefits of globalization are shared by all, while preserving the unique cultural heritage of each community. Capitalism is redefined, not by protectionism, but by choice. Consumers are empowered to vote with their wallets, supporting businesses that align with their values, and creating a more ethical and sustainable global economy. The world's marketplace is open to all, offering unprecedented opportunities for entrepreneurs, consumers, and communities to connect and thrive. Without borders, our sense of identity is shaken. Flags and anthems lose their meaning. Where are you from becomes a complex question. At first, people cling to traditions, languages, and customs for comfort. But as cultures mix, new hybrid identities emerge. Children grow up speaking multiple languages, celebrating diverse holidays, and feeling connected to the planet, not just a patch of land. Art, music, and ideas flourish in this fusion. The fear of cultural erasure is real, but communities respond by celebrating and sharing their heritage. Cultural centers become vital, preserving traditions in a global age. Unity doesn't mean uniformity. The world's mosaic grows richer. Over time, identity shifts from birthplace to passion, profession, and philosophy. We connect through shared dreams, not just shared soil. Humanity becomes a single, diverse family, defined by our future together. Who keeps us safe in a borderless world? National security vanishes. Law enforcement must cooperate globally. Criminals can disappear across continents in hours, forcing unprecedented collaboration. Governments are reimagined. Regional councils rise, and a global authority emerges to tackle planet-wide issues. The challenge balancing global power with local autonomy, avoiding tyranny. Environmental problems become everyone's responsibility. Pollution and resources are shared concerns. Global regulations could finally work, but the risk of overexploitation grows. Trust becomes the foundation of security and governance. Can we build fair systems for all, respecting freedom and justice? Conflicts shift from nations to visions for humanity's future. The experiment is massive. The stakes are survival. The world's fate depends on our ability to cooperate. Science and healthcare leap forward, breakthroughs spread instantly, and care becomes a universal right. Families are no longer separated by borders, love and opportunity know no limits. Education becomes global, students learn across continents, growing into true citizens of the world. But do erased borders unite us, or do we find new ways to divide? Prejudice and fear don't vanish, they're confronted on a global stage. The dream of unity could falter, replaced by new conflicts. The real test isn't living without lines on a map, but without lines in our minds. Can we see strangers as neighbors and care for distant others as our own? A borderless world challenges our empathy and imagination. The journey begins not with erasing maps, but with expanding our hearts. The future is ours to shape, together.
Hello there. Welcome to Global Travel Tips. Picture this. You're retired, living your dream life abroad. Portugal, Italy, wherever. You think your U.S. citizenship is permanent, right? Think again. Every year, hundreds of Americans, often retirees, lose their citizenship, sometimes by accident. The U.S. government can revoke it for reasons that seem trivial or for simple mistakes. If you're living overseas, your citizenship is more fragile than you realize. Today, we'll show you how this can happen, what it means, and how to protect yourself. Hit like, comment, and subscribe. This is one alert you can't afford to ignore. Maintaining U.S. citizenship isn't always a given, especially as life takes us in unexpected directions. There are several ways it can be lost, sometimes without you even realizing it until it's too late. Let's break down the 5 main ways you can lose your U.S. citizenship. Understanding these pitfalls is the first step in safeguarding your status. First, fraud. This is perhaps the most direct route to losing citizenship. If you lied on your citizenship application, even decades ago, the government can revoke your status. It doesn't matter if the lie seemed insignificant at the time. Any misrepresentation can be grounds for denaturalization. The burden of proof falls on the government, but the consequences can be devastating. Second, voluntary renunciation. This is a deliberate act. Walk into a U.S. embassy and declare, "I'm out." It's a permanent decision. This isn't something you can easily undo. It requires a formal process, and the intent must be absolutely clear. Third, serving in a foreign military that's hostile to the U.S. This one is fairly self-explanatory. Obvious, but even joining a friendly nation's military with intent to relinquish your citizenship can trigger loss. The key here is intent. If you join without the intention of giving up your U.S. citizenship, the situation is different, but it can still raise red flags. Fourth, taking a government job in another country, especially if it involves an oath or allegiance. This is where things can get tricky. Intent matters, but even seemingly innocent roles can be misinterpreted by the U.S. government. The nature of the job and the specific duties performed are all taken into consideration. Fifth, treason or rebellion. This is the most extreme case. Rare, thankfully, but the consequences are absolute and irreversible. The common thread that runs through all of these scenarios? Intent. What were you thinking when you took those actions? The government presumes you want to keep your citizenship, and that's a significant advantage. But if your actions strongly suggest otherwise, they'll investigate, and you'll have to prove your intentions were not to relinquish your citizenship. Retirees living abroad are especially vulnerable. Signing documents for foreign entities, actively joining local political or community groups, or even acquiring new citizenship in certain circumstances can all be risky and trigger unwanted scrutiny. Many only discover their citizenship is in question, often after many years of living abroad, when attempting to renew a passport, or upon returning to the U.S. after an extended absence. Imagine showing up at the embassy, expecting a routine renewal, and being told, "We have a problem with your case." Your world shrinks instantly, and the future you envisioned suddenly becomes uncertain. Past actions, even seemingly innocent ones taken decades ago, can suddenly come back to haunt you in unexpected ways. The bureaucracy can be unforgiving, and the consequences of losing your citizenship are very real and life-altering. Don't assume you're automatically safe from these potential pitfalls. Just because you're not a criminal, a spy, or actively trying to renounce your citizenship doesn't guarantee your status is secure. The rules surrounding citizenship retention are complex and often counterintuitive, and even unintentional mistakes can cost you everything. Stay alert, stay informed, and be proactive in understanding your rights and responsibilities. Ignorance is definitely not a valid defense. So what happens if you lose your U.S. citizenship? You can't just fly home now you're a foreigner needing a visa that's not guaranteed. Your right to vote? Gone. Your voice in American democracy? Silenced. Federal benefits like Social Security and Medicare? At risk or lost entirely. If you don't have another citizenship, you could become stateless. No passport, no legal protection, no ability to work or own property. Your entire legal identity, bank accounts, licenses, property can unravel. Family members who depend on your status may also face chaos. Consular protection? Gone. If you're in trouble abroad, you're on your own. The psychological toll is immense: exile, isolation, and a sense of betrayal. This isn't just paperwork, it's your life, your history, your future. Real people have lost everything over a misunderstood form or a forgotten oath. Don't let a simple mistake erase your American story. Protect your status before it's too late. Here's your action plan. 5 crucial steps, a carefully constructed strategy designed to protect your citizenship. Think of it as an essential checklist for maintaining your rights and privileges as a U.S. citizen, even while living abroad. First, read every document you sign, especially those originating from foreign governments. Don't just skim, scrutinize. Understand each clause, each sentence, each word. If you see words like allegiance or renunciation, stop immediately and get a certified translation from a reputable source. These terms can have significant legal implications. Second, always, without fail, file your U.S. taxes every single year, even if you owe absolutely nothing. It's concrete proof that you intend to maintain and keep your citizenship, a clear signal to the U.S. government of your continued commitment. Third, exercise extreme caution and be very wary about accepting any position, role, or responsibility within a foreign government or military organization. Always, without exception, consult with the U.S. Embassy or a qualified immigration attorney before making any decisions. Get expert advice. Fourth, keep your U.S. passport current and valid at all times. Renew your passport well in advance of its expiration date. Update your address with the relevant authorities, and enroll in the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program, STEP, for added security and peace of mind. Fifth, when you are in doubt or facing a complex situation, always consult a qualified U.S. citizenship and immigration attorney. Seek out a true specialist, Not just a local expert, not a well-meaning friend, but a board-certified specialist in immigration law. Don't gamble with your citizenship status. Get sound, professional advice before making any significant moves or decisions that could impact your status. Filing your taxes diligently and renewing your passport promptly are more than just routine chores. They're your vital lifeline, your tangible connection to the United States. Never, under any circumstances, sign anything that you do not fully and completely understand. If you're in the process of applying for residency or citizenship in another country, pay close attention and watch out for any oaths or declarations that could potentially be interpreted as a renunciation of your U.S. citizenship. Remember, FATCA means that the IRS is already aware of your presence abroad. Filing is about demonstrating compliance with the law, not about attempting to conceal information. Plan your passport renewals well in advance. Don't procrastinate, and definitely don't let your passport expire. Be completely honest and transparent with your attorney about every single detail of your situation. No secrets, no omissions. These 5 essential steps are your robust armor, your primary defense against any potential bureaucratic disaster that could threaten your citizenship. Complacency is your greatest enemy in this process. Unwavering vigilance is your strongest shield. Build a secure fortress around your citizenship. Don't wait for a crisis to erupt before taking proactive measures. The bureaucracy never sleeps. It's a constant presence, and therefore neither should your awareness. Stay proactive, stay informed, and stay protected at all times. Retirees, listen up. Your dream life abroad is full of hidden traps. The biggest risk? Not knowing the rules. Innocent mistakes can have devastating consequences. Joining a local committee, signing a form, or ticking the wrong box can all be misinterpreted as intent to relinquish citizenship. Peer pressure in expat communities is dangerous. Just because others do it doesn't make it safe. Ignorance of U.S. law is never an excuse. You're responsible for knowing the rules, no matter where you live. Past actions, even decades old, can come back to haunt you. Local professionals may not understand U.S. law. Their advice could put you at risk. Acquiring a second citizenship or residency for convenience can be the most complex and risky move you make. Even healthcare decisions can push you toward actions that jeopardize your status. The relaxed lifestyle you've earned can lull you into a false sense of security. The laws are rigid and unforgiving. Your paradise can turn into a bureaucratic nightmare overnight. Stay vigilant, question everything, and never assume you're safe just because life feels easy. Protect your golden years by staying informed and cautious. Let's build your fortress, a fortress of citizenship, strong and impenetrable. 4 pillars, each crucial to safeguard your citizenship. Think of them as the cornerstones of your security. First, learn the laws. Understand the nuances and complexities that govern your citizenship status. Read the State Department's guidance on loss and renunciation. It's your primary resource for understanding potential pitfalls. Stay updated. Laws change. What was true yesterday might not be true today, so continuous learning is essential. Second, be relentlessly cautious. Approach every decision with a critical eye, always considering potential consequences. Before joining any group, signing any document, or voting locally, consider the implications. Ask, could this be misinterpreted as intent to relinquish? This question should be your constant companion. If you're unsure, don't act until you've checked with an expert. Hesitation is your friend in these situations. Third, find a qualified U.S. immigration attorney now, not when you're in trouble. Proactive preparation is key. Have their contact info ready. Keep it easily accessible both digitally and physically. Get a citizenship audit, a comprehensive review of your status. Review your history, oaths, and actions for hidden risks. Uncover any potential vulnerabilities before they become problems. Fourth, stay in regular contact with the U.S. Embassy. They are your lifeline abroad. Enroll in STEP, the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program. Renew your passport in person whenever possible to maintain a direct connection. Attend embassy events. Engage with the community and stay informed. Embassy records can be crucial if your intent is ever questioned. Documentation is your defense. Ongoing education and vigilance are key, the cornerstones of your defense. Make it a habit to review the rules yearly. Set a reminder and dedicate time to this crucial task. Be wary of oaths, declarations, and roles that could be seen as government participation. Avoid any appearance of divided loyalty. Separate your private life from anything that looks like official involvement. Maintain clear boundaries to protect your citizenship. These 4 pillars, education, caution, legal counsel, and embassy contact, require discipline, not complexity. They are simple but essential. Build your life abroad on this strong foundation for peace of mind. Secure your future and enjoy your retirement. Your retirement should be secure, not stressful, a time of relaxation and enjoyment. Take action now. Don't delay securing your citizenship and your future. We've covered a lot, but this is about empowerment, not fear. Your citizenship is precious. Protect it with intention. Make a commitment comment below. I will protect my citizenship. Share your story and questions. Your experience helps others. If you found this valuable, like, share, and subscribe. At Discover Top 10, we're here to give you the knowledge you need to live safely and securely wherever you are.
If you're not an alien, then like this video and subscribe to the channel. Only good humans can do it. Aliens won't.
Did you know black homeownership is on the rise? It's a trend that's gaining momentum, and it signifies more than just acquiring property. It represents empowerment, stability, and the realization of long-held aspirations. We're seeing this positive shift in cities all across the country, from bustling metropolises to smaller, tight-knit communities. Today, we're putting the spotlight on 10 cities in particular. These are places where black families are making significant strides in homeownership. These are the cities where black families are unlocking the doors to new opportunities and building futures filled with promise. They're achieving homeownership in record numbers, marking a significant turning point in the pursuit of the American dream. For generations, homeownership felt like a distant dream, often out of reach for many of us within the black community. This was largely due to systemic barriers, such as the discriminatory practice of redlining, which limited access to housing in certain neighborhoods, and the pervasive issue of unfair lending practices, which made it incredibly difficult to secure mortgages and build equity. But now, we're witnessing real and tangible progress, a testament to the resilience and determination of black families. Families are building lasting legacies for generations to come, creating a foundation of wealth and stability. Communities are growing stronger and more vibrant, fostering a sense of belonging and shared prosperity. And dreams that were once deferred are finally coming true as more and more black families achieve the milestone of homeownership. This isn't just about cold, hard numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about something far more profound. It's about the hope that fuels our aspirations, the resilience that empowers us to overcome obstacles, and a future where we can all thrive, where our children have the opportunity to build upon the foundation we've laid. We're here to celebrate these 10 cities that are leading the way in this positive transformation, and to share the joy and inspiration of this movement with you, our viewers, who are an integral part of this journey. So settle in, grab a snack, and make yourself comfortable. Join us as we explore the landscape of black homeownership, where it's not just a distant dream, but a tangible and achievable reality for more families than ever before. Because, as always, supporting and celebrating black homeownership, that's our business, and we're proud to be a part of it. Our journey begins, and our first stop, Atlanta, Georgia, a city steeped in history and brimming with potential. It's known far and wide as the Black Mecca, a vibrant hub where black culture thrives and innovation flourishes. This city pulses with culture, a rhythm that resonates through every street and neighborhood. Creativity is not just encouraged here, it's celebrated and nurtured. Atlanta is a canvas for dreamers, an opportunity. Atlanta offers a landscape ripe with possibilities for those ready to seize them. Atlanta's booming film industry, now a major player on the global stage, tech sector, a hotbed for innovation and cutting-edge development, and thriving business scenes are opening doors and creating pathways for black professionals and entrepreneurs to excel. Deep-rooted community networks, built on a foundation of support and shared heritage, and a flourishing ecosystem of black-owned businesses make newcomers feel not just welcome but truly right at home. Despite rising prices, a reflection of the city's growing desirability, Atlanta still offers pockets of affordability, hidden gems waiting to be discovered by savvy homebuyers, and a diverse range of homes to suit the needs of all families, from cozy bungalows to spacious modern residences. The city's unwavering commitment to accessible housing initiatives, ensuring opportunities for all, means more black families are planting roots, establishing themselves in a city that believes in their potential and building generational wealth, securing a brighter future for themselves and their children. Atlanta is leading the way, setting an example for cities across the nation, showing what's possible when opportunity meets community, when progress is driven by inclusivity and collaboration. Here, you're not just buying a house, you're investing in a future, you're joining a village that supports and uplifts its own. Atlanta is proof, a living testament to the power of collective ambition, that when we lift each other up, when we invest in our communities, we all rise together towards a brighter and more equitable future for all. Next up, Houston, Texas, where opportunity is as big as the state itself. Houston's diverse economy, energy, healthcare, tech, means steady jobs and a strong foundation for families. The city's multicultural spirit and vibrant Black community fuel entrepreneurship and support. Local programs offer down payment assistance and homebuyer education, making homeownership more accessible. Black-owned businesses thrive here, creating a cycle of success and reinvestment. Houston's intentional support turns dreams into keys in hand. It's a city where you can build a career, find community, and own a home. When a city invests in its people, everyone wins. Houston is living proof. Now let's visit Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City. Charlotte blends Southern hospitality with modern energy, making it a welcoming place for Black families. Its strong banking, tech, and healthcare sectors offer stable jobs and a secure future. Black-owned businesses and community initiatives are thriving, creating vibrant neighborhoods and opportunities. The city invests in mentorship and homeownership resources, turning equity talk into action. Tree-lined streets, great schools, and a sense of belonging make Charlotte a top choice. Here, you can build both a career and a life. The Queen City is rolling out the royal carpet for Black homeownership. It's an invitation you won't want to miss. Welcome to Washington, D.C., a city that pulses with history and opportunity. It's a place where the echoes of the past resonate with the promise of the future. A city rich in Black history and power, where every street corner tells a story of resilience, achievement, and cultural significance. From the halls of power to the vibrant neighborhoods, the Black influence is undeniable. D.C. offers unique career opportunities in government, attracting ambitious individuals eager to shape policy and serve their country. It's a hub for those who want to be at the center of decision-making. Beyond government, D.C. thrives with nonprofits and advocacy organizations, dedicated to making a difference in the world. These groups offer fulfilling careers for those passionate about social change. Attracting mission-driven professionals from all walks of life, D.C. is a melting pot of talent and ambition. People come here to contribute their skills and energy to causes they believe in. The city boasts one of the most educated populations in the nation, fueled by world-class universities and a commitment to lifelong learning, and one of the most affluent Black populations in the country, a testament to the hard work and success of its residents. This affluence is reflected in the city's vibrant culture and thriving businesses. While living costs are high, reflecting the city's desirability and economic strength, programs like HPAP provide real help for first-time buyers, making the dream of homeownership a reality for many. DC is committed to making homeownership possible for more families, recognizing that it's the foundation for building wealth and stability. Here, Black excellence is visible and inspiring, a powerful force that shapes the city's identity and drives its progress, showing the next generation what's possible, empowering them to dream big and achieve their full potential. DC is more than monuments and memorials. It's a living, breathing community with a rich cultural tapestry. It's a place to build a legacy, to create lasting impact and leave a positive mark on the world. With policy-driven support and a thriving culture, DC offers a unique blend of opportunity and community. The capital is opening doors to a brighter future, inviting everyone to participate in its growth and prosperity. In DC, we're not just part of the story. We are integral to its very fabric. We're shaping it, influencing policy, and creating a more equitable and just society for all. That's the power of home, the foundation upon which dreams are built and futures are secured. Back to Texas, this time Dallas. Big D is booming with jobs, culture, and opportunity. Corporate relocations in tech, finance, and healthcare are fueling growth and attracting Black professionals. The suburbs offer affordable, spacious homes and strong Black middle-class communities. Dallas's vibrant arts scene and community organizations empower and uplift. Financial literacy and homebuyer programs help turn dreams into reality. Here, you get the best of both worlds, big city opportunity and suburban comfort. Dallas proves that with economic growth and community support, anything is possible. It's a city where Black families are thriving. Next, Raleigh, North Carolina, a city of innovation and Southern charm. Anchored by top universities and tech companies, Raleigh offers stable, high-quality jobs. The Black community here is vibrant, proud, and deeply connected. Cultural festivals and inclusive policies make everyone feel at home. The city's focus on affordable housing ensures growth benefits all residents. Raleigh is clean, green, and consistently ranked among the best places to live. Here, you'll find opportunity, community, and a high quality of life. Raleigh is a smart choice for building your future. Up the coast to Baltimore, Maryland, Charm City, where resilience meets opportunity. Baltimore's economy is anchored by world-class healthcare and education, providing stability for families. The Black community leads with pride, transforming neighborhoods and driving revitalization. City and state programs offer incentives for homebuyers, especially in redeveloping areas. Black leaders and entrepreneurs are shaping the city's comeback story. Investing in historic homes is revitalizing entire neighborhoods. Baltimore is a place where you can be part of something bigger, a true transformation. Here, homeownership is more than a dream, it's a movement. Charm City's future is bright, and Black families are at the heart of it. Welcome to Orlando, Florida, where the magic isn't just in the theme parks. Orlando's booming tech and healthcare sectors are creating new opportunities for Black professionals. A supportive Black community and strong homeowner networks make newcomers feel at home. Cultural festivals and historic neighborhoods celebrate Black heritage and creativity. The city's affordability and sunshine lifestyle are hard to beat. Here, you can own a home, build wealth, and enjoy life year-round. Orlando is proving to be a magical place to live, work, and thrive. Next stop, Richmond, Virginia, a city blending history with a bold, inclusive future. Richmond's stable economy and affordable homes make it a great place for Black families. The city's Black community is driving a cultural renaissance. Entrepreneurs, artists, and chefs are redefining Richmond. Historic neighborhoods like Jackson Ward are alive with Black-owned businesses and vibrant culture. The Buy Black movement is building collective wealth and strength. Richmond's beautiful architecture and affordability set it apart from other East Coast cities. Here, you can honor the past and build a thriving future. Richmond is where history and progress meet. Our final stop, Detroit, Michigan, the Motor City, and a symbol of resilience. Detroit's Black community is leading the city's powerful comeback, from entrepreneurship to homeownership. Innovative programs make it possible to buy and renovate homes at affordable prices. The Detroit Land Bank Authority is helping thousands of families become homeowners. Black leadership is rebuilding neighborhoods and creating new opportunities. Detroit's spirit of innovation and grit is fueling a historic transformation. Here, homeownership means investing in a city on the rise. Detroit is showing the world what it means to come back stronger. This is more than a comeback, it's a movement. 10 cities, 10 stories of hope and progress. Black homeownership is on the rise, and this is just the beginning. As more of us become homeowners, our communities grow stronger and our voices louder. Challenges remain, but our resilience and unity are building a more equitable future. Support the policies and programs that help our people and keep building those community networks. We're creating legacies, one front door at a time. Want to learn more or get involved? Check out the resources below and join the movement. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I love you. See you next time. In a surprising twist that challenges conventional narratives, a small but steadily growing number of Americans are making the profound decision of leaving behind the U.S., trading familiar landscapes for the unknown. And they're not heading to Canada or Mexico, traditional destinations for American expats. Instead, their compasses are pointing towards Russia. These individuals aren't primarily economic migrants seeking better job opportunities. Their motivations are deeply rooted in ideology, a quest for something more profound than financial gain. They are seeking what they perceive as a moral sanctuary, a place where their values are not just tolerated but embraced. For them, Russia represents a bastion of traditional values, a cultural anchor in a rapidly changing world. Since Russia's new, more accessible visa program was launched in 2024, designed to attract those sharing their worldview, approximately 700 Americans have successfully been granted residency, marking a tangible shift in migration patterns. These newcomers are joining an already established community of thousands of like-minded individuals who have previously made the same life-altering decision. The vast majority identify as socially conservative, deeply religious individuals, and they share a common sense of disillusionment with what they see as America's increasingly divisive culture wars, particularly concerning gender identity, race relations, and the role of faith in public life. For them, Russia offers the promise of stability, a sense of order that they feel is lacking in their homeland. They believe Russia upholds common-sense values, principles they feel are eroding in the West. Moreover, they see the Russian government as a champion of the ideals that they feel are increasingly under attack and marginalized within their own society back home. The Russian state is not merely a passive observer of this trend, it is actively encouraging this movement, recognizing its potential geopolitical advantages. They are strategically using media campaigns, showcasing Russia as a desirable destination for those seeking traditional social structures, and a streamlined visa process, making it easier than ever for like-minded individuals to relocate. This is all part of a broader strategy to position itself as a haven for global conservatives, attracting those who feel alienated by the prevailing social and political climate in the West. This phenomenon extends beyond individual personal stories. It represents a significant geopolitical phenomenon reflecting deeper shifts in global power dynamics. It signals shifting allegiances on a global scale, as individuals seek refuge in nations that align with their core beliefs. Ultimately, this migration underscores the enduring power of ideas in a polarized world, where cultural and ideological divides are reshaping international relations. The migration of Americans to Russia, while still a relatively small movement, serves as a potent symbol of the deep fractures and cultural anxieties that exist within U.S. society today. It also marks a new and intriguing chapter in Russia's ongoing efforts to expand its global influence and project itself as an alternative to Western values. At the heart of this migration is Russia's Shared Values Visa, launched in 2024 to attract citizens from unfriendly Western countries who align with Russia's traditionalist vision. Unlike typical immigration programs, this visa prioritizes ideological alignment over skills or wealth. Applicants bypass language exams and quotas, receiving a 3-year residency and a path to citizenship. Benefits include access to healthcare, family support programs, and even housing assistance. Marketed as the anti-woke visa, it targets Western conservatives disillusioned by progressive politics. Russia isn't just offering refuge, it's entering the West's culture wars, positioning itself as the global defender of contested values. This initiative is both a practical offer and a strategic move in the battle for ideological influence. The Americans moving to Russia represent a fascinating and complex phenomenon. It begs the question, who are these individuals making such a drastic change? What compels them to leave behind their lives in the United States for a country with a vastly different culture and political system? They are united by a sense of alienation from modern America, a feeling of disconnect from the prevailing social and political currents. This alienation often stems from a perceived shift away from the values and principles they hold dear. Many are conservative Christians, seeking a society where traditional religious beliefs are more widely embraced and upheld. They are also parents worried about their children's education, concerned about the direction of curricula and the values being taught in schools. Furthermore, they are citizens disillusioned with political institutions, feeling that their voices are not being heard and that the government no longer represents their interests. They're fleeing what they see as moral decay, a decline in ethical standards, and a shift away from traditional family structures. They are weary of the constant culture wars, the seemingly endless battles over social issues that divide the nation, and they express concern over a loss of traditional values, a perceived erosion of the principles that once defined American society. Protecting their children from liberal ideologies is a key motivation, a desire to shield them from what they view as harmful or inappropriate influences. This is coupled with the appeal of Russia's emphasis on family values and its restrictive laws on LGBTQ+ expression, which they see as aligning with their own beliefs. Economic pressures, like high housing costs and inflation, also play a role, adding to the sense of instability and financial strain. For some, Russia offers a lower cost of living and a simpler lifestyle, a chance to escape the rat race and build a more sustainable future. Ultimately, these migrants seek certainty and stability, a sense of security and predictability in a rapidly changing world. They are drawn to Russia's clear moral lines and strong national identity, finding comfort in a society that seems to offer a more defined sense of right and wrong. For them, the trade-off, sacrificing some freedoms for perceived stability and alignment with their values, is a calculated risk worth taking. Their journey is less about embracing Russia wholeheartedly, or necessarily agreeing with its political system, and more about rejecting what they perceive America has become, a decisive step away from a society they no longer recognize or feel at home in. Leo and Chantel Hare from Texas became early symbols of this movement. Troubled by what they saw as a hostile environment for their Christian faith and family values, they sought a Noah's Ark to protect their children. Drawn by Russia's stance against LGBTQ+ rights and its embrace of Christianity, they sold everything and moved. Russian media quickly amplified their story, framing them as pioneers fleeing Western decline. The Hares embraced their new role, encouraging others to follow. But reality proved challenging. Financial difficulties and cultural barriers soon surfaced, revealing the gap between ideological hope and daily life. Their journey highlights both the power of belief and the harsh realities of starting over in a foreign land. Joseph Rose, a conservative YouTuber from Florida, has become a leading voice promoting Russia as a haven for traditional values. He paints Moscow as reminiscent of 1950s America, strong families, clear roles, and social order. Disillusioned by U.S. politics and the rise of feminism, Rose claims Russia offers the stability and values he misses. His videos, blending practical advice with ideological messaging, serve as recruitment tools for like-minded Westerners. However, critics note his portrayal is selective, ignoring Russia's authoritarianism and social problems. Rose's narrative is compelling for his audience, but it glosses over the complexities and trade-offs of life in Russia. His story shows how the search for utopia can lead to a romanticized, incomplete picture. Daniel Martindale, a missionary hailing from the heartland of Indiana, a place known for its strong community values, took an extraordinary and irreversible step, renouncing his U.S. citizenship. This wasn't a casual decision, but a deliberate act with profound implications. He went even further, seeking asylum in Russia, a nation often perceived as America's ideological opposite. Driven by deep-seated religious convictions, he came to view America as morally corrupt, a society adrift from its foundational principles. He saw Russia, on the other hand, as a staunch defender of traditional Christian values, a beacon of hope in a world he perceived as increasingly lost. This perspective was especially heightened amid the ongoing Ukraine conflict, which he interpreted through a specific moral lens. Martindale's actions, which included openly supporting Russia and its policies, particularly in the context of occupied Ukraine, placed him in a precarious position. These actions inevitably put him at odds with U.S. authorities, who began to scrutinize his activities. Facing potential prosecution and fearing the consequences of his choices, he made the dramatic decision to flee, seeking refuge in Moscow, a city steeped in history and political significance. Russian officials, quick to capitalize on the situation, celebrated his defection as a significant propaganda victory, showcasing it on state media. His case was actively championed by prominent figures like Maria Butina, known for her involvement in Russian political circles. This entire situation inverts the traditional Cold War narrative, challenging long-held assumptions. It presents Russia, rather unexpectedly, as the new beacon of liberty, at least in the eyes of some. Martindale's journey poignantly highlights just how deep and unyielding ideological divides can become within a society. These divisions can ultimately lead to a complete and irreversible break with one's homeland, a severing of ties that once seemed unbreakable. His story raises profound questions about the very nature of patriotism, the meaning of citizenship, and the far-reaching consequences of political polarization within a nation. For some individuals, the sense of alienation and disillusionment can become so overwhelming that finding a new flag to pledge allegiance to, a new national identity to embrace, becomes the only conceivable solution, the final and decisive act in a personal transformation. For many American migrants, the dream of a traditionalist utopia in Russia quickly meets harsh reality. Russian bureaucracy is notoriously complex, making residency and work permits a challenge. Financial struggles are common. Savings can vanish due to unexpected costs or scams, and U.S. qualifications often aren't recognized. The language barrier and lower wages add to the difficulty, while sanctions can freeze U.S. bank accounts. Cultural adjustment is tough, blunt communication, societal pessimism, and subtle xenophobia can leave newcomers feeling isolated. Living under authoritarian rule means limited free speech and harsh crackdowns on dissent. The social order some crave comes at the cost of personal liberty. For some, this trade-off is acceptable. For others, it leads to a new kind of disillusionment. This migration isn't organic. It's fueled by a sophisticated Kremlin soft power campaign. Russian media and online influencers target disaffected Westerners, portraying Russia as a stable, traditionalist haven. Western YouTubers and bloggers, often migrants themselves, amplify this message, showcasing the positives and omitting the negatives. Figures like Maria Butina help migrants navigate bureaucracy and feature their stories in the media, giving the movement official backing. The goal isn't mass migration, but symbolic victories. Each American family becomes living propaganda for Russia's worldview. This strategy validates Russia's political system, undermines Western authority, and sows division in the West. The Kremlin is building a global network of ideological allies, using migration as a tool of influence. Every new arrival is a testament to the power of narrative in the battle for hearts and minds. Though small in number, Americans moving to Russia carry immense symbolic weight. Their departure reflects deep fractures in Western societies, where culture wars now outweigh the foundational principles of democracy for some. This migration signals a crisis of faith in liberal democracy and a loss of trust in institutions. For Russia, it's a geopolitical win, rebranding itself as a moral sanctuary and challenging the West in the realm of ideas. Ultimately, this story is less about Russia and more about Western anxieties and divisions. It forces us to confront whether polarization is pushing citizens away and eroding our shared sense of purpose. The search for a new home abroad is a warning sign. The greatest threat to democracy may come from within. Hello there! Come on in, have a seat. Today we're talking about the best places for Black families to relocate in 2025. Finding a new home is about more than just houses. It's about community, safety, and belonging. We'll explore cities that offer inclusivity, affordability, and that real sense of connection. I'll share what I've learned, but I want to hear from you too. Drop your experiences and hidden gems in the comments. If you know a city that's been a blessing to your family, let us know. All right, let's get into it. First up, Atlanta, Georgia. As the sun kisses the horizon, painting the Atlanta skyline with hues of gold and rose, we begin our journey into a city brimming with life and opportunity. The Black Mecca, a vibrant hub where Black culture isn't just present, it's celebrated, nurtured, and amplified. It's a place where dreams take flight and legacies are built. Atlanta's energy comes from a rich history of Black excellence, a legacy woven into the very fabric of the city. From its esteemed historically Black colleges and universities, HBCUs, to its thriving cultural institutions, Atlanta stands as a testament to the power of Black achievement. Celebrated everywhere from MLK's historic sites, where the echoes of the civil rights movement still resonate, to vibrant art scenes. Galleries pulse with creativity, showcasing the talents of Black artists who are shaping the city's cultural landscape. Here, Black professionals and entrepreneurs thrive, breaking barriers and building empires. The spirit of innovation is alive and well, fueled by a community that supports and uplifts its own. And children see themselves reflected in every walk of life. They grow up surrounded by role models, knowing that anything is possible. The city offers family-friendly neighborhoods, where tree-lined streets and welcoming communities create a sense of belonging. Good schools, nurturing young minds and preparing them for a bright future. Education is a priority, and the city is committed to providing quality learning opportunities for all, and pockets of affordability. While Atlanta is a growing metropolis, there are still opportunities to find affordable housing and build a comfortable life. Atlanta's business scene is booming, attracting major corporations and fostering a climate of economic growth, especially for Black-owned businesses. The city is a fertile ground for entrepreneurship, with resources and support systems in place to help Black business owners thrive. There's a powerful network of support, connecting individuals and organizations dedicated to the advancement of the Black community, and a real sense of belonging. People genuinely care about each other, creating a warm and welcoming atmosphere. It's a place where culture is celebrated through festivals, events, and everyday expressions of Black identity. Community and opportunity come together, creating a unique and empowering environment for Black families. Don't just think about the traffic. Yes, the traffic can be a challenge. Think about the feeling of being welcomed home. That feeling outweighs any inconvenience. Atlanta wraps its arms around you and says, "Welcome home, family." It's a city that embraces you for who you are and celebrates your potential. That's a rhythm any family can move to. A rhythm of growth, opportunity, and belonging. A rhythm that resonates with the soul. Next, Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City. Charlotte balances modern energy with southern charm, offering clean parks and family-friendly neighborhoods. The job market is strong, especially in banking, healthcare, and tech. The city is growing more diverse, with Black-owned businesses and cultural festivals on the rise. Charlotte is actively working to be more inclusive and welcoming. It's a place to build a career, raise your children, and join a community writing a new chapter. Give the Queen City a closer look. Now let's journey to Houston, Texas, a dynamic metropolis that pulses with opportunity and southern charm. A city with a heart as big as its reputation, Houston offers a unique blend of affordability, culture, and career prospects. It's a place where dreams can take flight and families can truly thrive. Houston is one of the most diverse cities in the country, a melting pot of cultures and backgrounds that enriches the lives of all its residents. You'll find a vibrant tapestry of traditions, cuisines, and perspectives that make Houston a truly global city. And at the heart of this diversity is a strong, proud Black community, a cornerstone of Houston's identity, and a source of immense cultural wealth. This community offers a sense of belonging and support, creating a welcoming environment for all. Affordable housing means you can get more home for your money, allowing you to build the life you've always envisioned without breaking the bank. Imagine settling down in family-friendly suburbs where tree-lined streets and community parks create the perfect setting for raising children and building lasting memories. The school systems offer plenty of choices, ensuring that your children receive a quality education that prepares them for future success. From top public schools to magnet programs designed to nurture specific talents, Houston's educational landscape is diverse and enriching. Houston's job market is booming, particularly in the ever-growing healthcare sector, offering a wide range of opportunities for professionals at all stages of their careers. And let's not forget the thriving tech industry, where innovation and creativity are driving Houston's economic growth. But the opportunities don't stop there. Houston's diverse economy spans energy, manufacturing, aerospace, and more, creating a wealth of possibilities for job seekers. It's a place where your family can thrive, where you can build a fulfilling life surrounded by community and opportunity. All of this unfolds in a multicultural environment where diversity is celebrated and every voice is valued. You can own a beautiful home, a sanctuary where you can relax, recharge, and create lasting memories with your loved ones. You'll have access to great schools, ensuring that your children receive the best possible start in life. And you'll find career growth, opportunities to advance your skills, and achieve your professional aspirations. Houston is a big city, a sprawling metropolis with endless possibilities and a vibrant energy that's contagious. But beneath the skyscrapers and bustling streets lies a big, welcoming heart, a spirit of community that makes Houston feel like home. So consider H-Town for your next chapter. It might just be the perfect place to write your story. Let's head to North Carolina's Research Triangle, Raleigh-Durham. This area buzzes with innovation and top-notch education, thanks to universities like Duke and UNC. Public schools in places like Cary and Chapel Hill are among the best. The job market is strong in tech, research, and healthcare, with opportunities for Black professionals to lead. The community is supportive, with a growing Black middle class and strong networks. You'll find deep connections, historic churches, and vibrant social groups. The lifestyle is balanced: parks, museums, and easy access to both mountains and beaches. The cost of living is reasonable for a tech hub. Raleigh-Durham is a smart move for families. Now, Dallas, Texas, a city with style, swagger, and a Texas-sized heart. The Dallas-Fort Worth area is an economic powerhouse with jobs in finance, tech, and healthcare. The culture is alive in neighborhoods like Deep Ellum and the Bishop Arts District. Suburbs like Plano and Frisco offer top schools and safe, diverse communities. Dallas celebrates Black history and culture with powerful institutions and events. There's a real sense of community pride and Texas hospitality. You'll find welcoming neighborhoods and strong support networks. Dallas proves you can have it all: career, home, culture, and community. It's a city where families can truly flourish. Let's head to the Washington, D.C. metro area, a place where history whispers from every corner and opportunity knocks on every door. A region rich in Black history, a testament to resilience and a beacon of opportunity. This is a place where the past is not just remembered, but actively shapes the present and inspires the future. DC was once affectionately known as Chocolate City, a name that spoke volumes about its vibrant Black population and cultural landscape. And even as the city evolves, its legacy of Black culture, influence, and achievement is still undeniably strong, woven into the very fabric of the community. It's a legacy that continues to inspire and uplift. Children here walk in the footsteps of giants, those who paved the way for progress and equality. They experience history firsthand, not just in books, but in the monuments, museums, and the very streets they walk. It's a living, breathing history that shapes their understanding of the world. Career opportunities abound, particularly in government, where policy is shaped and decisions are made, and in the ever-expanding tech sector. There are also numerous opportunities in nonprofits dedicated to social good and in education, where the next generation is being molded. The DC area boasts one of the most educated and affluent Black populations in the entire country, a testament to the hard work, determination, and resilience of its residents. You can choose from vibrant city neighborhoods, each with its own unique character, culture, and energy, or opt for the more relaxed pace of family-friendly suburbs in Maryland and Virginia, offering a blend of community and convenience. Prince George's County is a standout, a shining example of thriving, affluent Black communities, where success is celebrated and opportunity is within reach. The region is full of strong churches, pillars of faith and community, providing spiritual guidance and a sense of belonging. You'll also find active HBCU alumni chapters, connecting graduates and fostering a sense of shared history, and numerous civic organizations working to improve the lives of residents. Community life is vibrant, supportive, and incredibly diverse, a melting pot of cultures, ideas, and experiences. Living here means building a powerful future for yourself and your family, creating a legacy of your own, all while honoring a rich past, celebrating the achievements of those who came before, and ensuring that their stories are never forgotten. DC is so much more than just politics and power plays. It's a place where real people live, work, and raise their families. It's a place to thrive, to connect, and to build a life filled with purpose and meaning. Now, Richmond, Virginia, a city blooming with renewal and soul. Richmond honors its complex history while building a more inclusive future. The cost of living is low, with beautiful, historic homes in charming neighborhoods. The community is tight-knit, supportive, and full of creative energy. Black-owned businesses and local organizations are thriving. The city is beautiful, with the James River and plenty of outdoor fun. Richmond offers rich history, affordability, and a supportive community. It's a hidden gem for families. Let's talk about Columbus, Ohio, a Midwest city with heart and opportunity. Columbus is affordable, with spacious homes and great schools in suburbs like Gahanna and Westerville. The job market is strong, with major companies and a growing tech scene. There's a supportive network for Black professionals and families. The city feels friendly and genuine, with a neighborly vibe. Families enjoy top attractions like the Columbus Zoo and Cozy. Columbus offers a grounded, joyful childhood without big city stress. It's a smart, heartfelt choice for your next home. Next, Orlando, Florida, where the sun shines on more than just theme parks. Orlando offers family fun, but also a diverse, growing community and job market. The city is expanding in healthcare, tech, and entrepreneurship. Black and Caribbean culture is vibrant, with strong community bonds. Suburbs like Lake Nona and Winter Garden offer great schools and inclusivity. Orlando remains affordable compared to other Florida cities. You get sunshine, opportunity, and a welcoming atmosphere. Orlando could be the magical destination your family needs. Finally, Baltimore, Maryland, Charm City, with a story of resilience and renewal. Baltimore's Black history is woven into its neighborhoods and celebrated in museums. Revitalized areas like Hampton and Remington are full of energy and creativity. Community organizations are strengthening Black neighborhoods and investing in families. The cost of living is accessible, with beautiful historic homes. Homeownership here can help families build wealth and stability. Baltimore is home to top hospitals and universities, including Morgan State. There's a strong sense of grit, creativity, and soul. It's a city for those ready to help build something special. Charm City has culture, community, and character. That's our journey for today, family. From Atlanta to Baltimore, I hope you found inspiration and ideas for your next move. The most important thing is finding a place where your family can thrive. Share your experiences in the comments. Your story could help someone else. If you enjoyed this, hit subscribe and ring the bell for more. Until next time, be good to yourselves and each other. Love y'all. Bye.
Hello there, ready to find your peace? Some folks retire and end up battling boredom, bad weather, and neighbors who treat them like UFOs for being black, but not you. You've worked too hard to spend your golden years feeling out of place. You deserve a community that feels like a warm hug where you can exhale and just be. Welcome to 10 U.S. towns where black retirees are thriving. Places with history, culture, and a future that includes you. Grab your sweet tea, let's roll. First up, Langston, Oklahoma, a living legacy. Founded in 1890 as an all-black town, Langston's spirit of freedom and opportunity is still alive. Home to Langston University, the only HBCU in Oklahoma, the town buzzes with intergenerational energy. The community is tight-knit, everyone looks out for each other, the cost of living, low. Your retirement dollars stretch here, elders are respected, your stories matter, and you're celebrated. There are church events, cookouts, and gatherings where you'll feel at home from day one. Life moves slower, but it's full, rich with connection and pride. If you want deep roots and a sense of belonging, Langston is more than a town, it's a homecoming. Put it on your list. Next, Eatonville, Florida, the town that freedom built. One of the first self-governing all-black municipalities and Zora Neale Hurston's childhood home, the Zora Festival brings art, music, and literature to your doorstep. Florida's no state income tax means your retirement income goes further. Eatonville's cost of living is reasonable, with Orlando's amenities nearby. The community is proud, welcoming, and vibrant. Murals, community centers, and friendly faces everywhere. Retirees here find support, belonging, and a deep connection to black history. Tend your garden, join a book club, or just soak up the sun in a place built for you. Eatonville honors the past and celebrates the present. Your story belongs here. Let's dip into Hot Springs, Arkansas, the Spa City. Famous for its thermal waters, it's a haven for wellness and relaxation. Hot Springs has a rich black history with deep community roots and pride. The cost of living is low and Arkansas is tax-friendly for retirees. Find a beautiful home with mountain views without breaking the bank. Healthcare is excellent, with hospitals specializing in senior care. The town is full of parks and lakes and spas, perfect for a healthy, active lifestyle. The community is friendly and open, with plenty of clubs and volunteer opportunities. For natural beauty, affordability, and a soulful community, Hot Springs is a top pick. Soak it all in. Welcome to Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City. If you want city energy with Southern charm, this is your spot. Charlotte's black community is thriving. Entrepreneurs, artists, and professionals everywhere. Enjoy jazz clubs, soul food, and festivals all year. The cost of living is reasonable and Social Security isn't taxed. Top-notch healthcare and active senior programs keep you healthy and connected. Whether you want action or peace, Charlotte offers both. It's vibrant city life with a strong, visible black community. Next stop, Huntsville, Alabama, the Rocket City. Known for NASA and tech, Huntsville is diverse, progressive, and growing fast. The black community is thriving with many black-owned businesses and a spirit of opportunity. The cost of living is low, housing is affordable, and Alabama is tax-friendly for retirees. Premier healthcare and plenty of green spaces make healthy living easy. Enjoy Montesano State Park, botanical gardens, and a lively cultural scene. Huntsville blends high-tech energy with southern comfort. You can be as active or relaxed as you want. For affordability, amenities, and a welcoming vibe, Huntsville is a mission worth accepting. Ready for launch? Dreaming of the beach? Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is calling. Ocean breezes, sunrise walks, and a laid-back lifestyle await. South Carolina doesn't tax Social Security, and property taxes are low. The black community here is strong and active, with churches, clubs, and civic groups. There's always something happening, gospel choirs, card games, and more. Healthcare is robust, with excellent hospitals and specialists. Enjoy coastal living, financial perks, and a vibrant community. Myrtle Beach is your retirement oasis. Madison, Wisconsin, a hidden gem for retirees. Beautiful lakes, clean air, and year-round recreation. The city is safe, green, and affordable, with tax-friendly policies for seniors. Madison's black community is small but mighty, with strong cultural institutions and events. Healthcare is world-class thanks to the University of Wisconsin. Enjoy parks, festivals, and a real sense of solidarity. Madison supports your well-being. physically, socially, and culturally. Don't overlook this soulful Midwest city. Welcome to Columbia, Missouri, Como, a vibrant college town with affordable living and a youthful, cultured vibe. Housing is budget-friendly and Missouri is tax-friendly for seniors. The Black community is active with historic roots and plenty of events. Top-tier healthcare and beautiful parks encourage a healthy lifestyle. Enjoy film festivals, art walks, and lifelong learning opportunities. Columbia is community-oriented, affordable, and stimulating. It's a smart choice for a smart retirement. Roswell, Georgia. Elegance and charm just outside Atlanta. Enjoy historic streets, beautiful homes, and serene parks. The Black community is active and engaged, with plenty of social opportunities. Georgia's tax breaks for retirees let you enjoy the good life. Atlanta's culture is minutes away, museums, concerts, and festivals. Roswell offers peaceful mornings, lively afternoons, and big city nights. It's sophisticated Southern living at its best. Durham, North Carolina, the Bull City. Deep Black history, from Black Wall Street to today's thriving community. Affordable living, no tax on Social Security, and a strong sense of pride. Black-owned businesses, cultural centers, and vibrant neighborhoods abound. World-class healthcare at Duke University and beyond. Parks, trails, and wellness programs keep you active. Durham is inclusive, creative, and full of opportunity. It's a city with a storied past and a bright future. There you have it, 10 U.S. towns where Black retirees thrive. Each offers community, culture, and peace of mind. Whether you want beaches, small towns, or city lights, there's a place for you. Your retirement can be joyful, vibrant, and full of purpose. Which town spoke to you? Drop it in the comments, like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Your dream destination might be next. Keep dreaming big, living smart, and retiring on your terms. You booked the flight, checked your seat, and now you're staring down 14 hours in economy. The cabin door thuds shut, no turning back. This isn't about luxury or upgrades, it's about surviving long-haul economy with your sanity, comfort, and sleep intact. Here's your real-world game plan. Alright, let's dive right in with a travel tip that can make a world of difference to your in-flight experience. It's something we often overlook, but it has a profound impact on how we feel when we arrive at our destination. We're talking about taking charge of what you eat while you're soaring through the skies. The golden rule? Skip the airline food. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but it's free and convenient. Trust me on this one. While the allure of a complimentary meal at 30,000 feet might be tempting, the reality often falls far short of expectations. Airline food is notoriously salty, often loaded with preservatives, and incredibly dehydrating. The high sodium content is designed to compensate for our dulled taste buds at altitude, but it comes at a cost. All that salt and processing leaves you feeling sluggish, bloated, and generally unwell. It can exacerbate jet lag and make it harder to adjust to your new time zone. The goal is to arrive feeling refreshed and ready to explore, not weighed down by a questionable culinary experience. Instead, take matters into your own hands and pack your own delicious and nutritious snacks and meals. This is your chance to curate a personalized in-flight dining experience that caters to your specific needs and preferences. Think about packing a satisfying sandwich, made with whole grain bread, lean protein, and plenty of fresh veggies. It's a classic for a reason, easy to eat, travels well, and provides sustained energy. Or how about a vibrant salad, packed with leafy greens, colorful vegetables, and a light vinaigrette? Just be sure to pack the dressing separately to avoid a soggy situation. Don't forget the fruit. Apples, bananas, grapes, they're all portable, hydrating, and packed with vitamins. And for those moments when you need a quick energy boost, a handful of nuts is the perfect solution. Almonds, walnuts, cashews, they're all packed with healthy fats and protein to keep you feeling full and focused. By bringing your own real food, you're not just avoiding the pitfalls of airline cuisine, you're actively fueling your body with the nutrients it needs to stay energized and healthy throughout your journey. One of the biggest advantages of packing your own food is that you get to eat on your own schedule. No more waiting for the meal service to begin or feeling rushed to finish your tray before they collect it. You're in control, not the airline. You can graze throughout the flight, snacking when you're hungry and taking breaks when you're not. You'll feel better overall, both physically and mentally. Knowing that you're nourishing your body with wholesome foods can have a surprisingly positive impact on your mood and energy levels. And perhaps most importantly, you'll adjust to jet lag much faster. By avoiding processed foods and staying hydrated with your own healthy snacks, you're giving your body the best possible chance to adapt to the new time zone. You might even find that you actually enjoy your meal. Imagine that, savoring delicious healthy food while soaring above the clouds. It's a far cry from the typical airline food experience. Ultimately, packing your own food is a small act of self-care that pays off big in terms of your overall well-being. It's about taking control of your health and comfort, even when you're miles above the ground. So, next time you're preparing for a flight, take a few extra minutes to make a food plan. Your body will thank you for it, and you'll arrive at your destination feeling refreshed, energized, and ready to take on the world. Bon voyage, and bon appétit. Hydration is everything, especially when you're soaring through the sky. Think about it, you're sealed inside a metal tube, thousands of feet above the ground, breathing recirculated air. It's a recipe for dehydration if you're not careful. Your body needs water to function properly, to keep your energy levels up, and to help you feel your best. Don't underestimate the impact of proper hydration on your overall travel experience. The cabin air is bone dry, a desert in the sky. The humidity levels in an airplane cabin are often lower than those found in the Sahara Desert. This is because the air circulating through the plane is drawn from outside, where the air at high altitudes contains very little moisture. This dry air sucks the moisture right out of your skin and respiratory system, leaving you feeling parched and uncomfortable. And those tiny cups won't cut it. They offer a mere thimbleful of water, barely enough to wet your whistle. Relying solely on the in-flight beverage service is a surefire way to become dehydrated. The flight attendants are busy, and you might not always be able to flag them down when you need a drink. Plus, those small cups are often filled with ice, further reducing the amount of actual water you're getting. Bring a wide-mouth thermos. A good thermos is an investment in your comfort and well-being during air travel. Opt for a stainless steel, vacuum-insulated model. These thermoses are durable, keep your drinks cold or hot for hours, and won't leach any unwanted flavors into your beverage. The wide mouth makes it easy to fill with ice and clean. Fill it with ice water before boarding. Take advantage of the water filling stations that are now common in most airports. This ensures you have a generous supply of refreshing, cold water right from the start of your journey. Consider adding some ice cubes to keep it extra chilled for longer. You'll be thankful you did, especially on those long-haul flights. Now you've got cold water for hours. No more waiting for the beverage cart or feeling guilty about constantly asking for refills. You have your own personal oasis of hydration right at your fingertips. This is especially beneficial if you're prone to headaches or fatigue during flights, as dehydration can exacerbate these symptoms. Ask for hot water. Don't hesitate to request a cup of hot water from the flight attendant. Most airlines are happy to provide this service, and it's a great way to expand your beverage options. Just be sure to handle the hot water with care to avoid any spills or burns. Add your own tea or coffee, bring your favorite tea bags or instant coffee packets with you. This allows you to customize your beverage to your liking and avoid the often disappointing coffee served on airplanes. A comforting cup of tea or coffee can make a world of difference on a long flight, helping you relax and feel more at ease. And you've got a real drink, not airplane sludge. Let's face it, airplane coffee often leaves much to be desired. It's usually weak, bitter, and served in flimsy cups. By bringing your own tea or coffee, you can enjoy a quality beverage that satisfies your taste buds and provides a much-needed boost. It's about self-sufficiency and comfort. Taking control of your hydration and beverage choices is a simple yet effective way to enhance your travel experience. It's about being prepared, independent, and ensuring your own well-being while on the go. Sip regularly, don't wait until you feel thirsty to take a drink. By then, you're already mildly dehydrated. Make it a habit to sip from your thermos every 15-20 minutes to maintain optimal hydration levels throughout your flight. Stay hydrated and skip the constant requests for water. Not only will you feel better, but you'll also avoid bothering the flight attendants unnecessarily. This allows them to focus on other important tasks and ensures a smoother flight for everyone. A good thermos is a travel essential. It's a small investment that yields significant returns in terms of comfort, convenience, and overall well-being. So, pack your thermos, fill it up, and get ready to enjoy a more hydrated and enjoyable flight. It's a simple step that can make a big difference. Your underseat bag is your survival kit, pack it right. Everything you'll need for the flight goes here. Charger, headphones, snacks, thermos, neck pillow, toiletries book. Use pouches to organize tech, snacks, hygiene. No digging, no overhead bin drama. Once seated, you shouldn't need to get up for anything but a stretch. A well-packed go bag is the foundation of a stress-free flight. Your seat choice is everything. It's the difference between a relaxing journey and an uncomfortable ordeal. Think of it as the foundation upon which your entire flight experience is built. A little forethought can transform a potentially cramped and stressful situation into a haven of comfort and tranquility. So before you click that confirm button, take a moment to consider your options. Are you a window gazer, a leg-stretching enthusiast, or someone who needs frequent bathroom breaks? Your answer will guide you to the perfect spot. Don't leave it to chance. The default seat assignment is often the least desirable, the one nobody else wanted. Imagine being stuck in the middle seat, sandwiched between two strangers, with limited legroom and no control over the window shade. It's a recipe for discomfort and frustration. Instead, take control of your destiny and proactively select your seat. Airlines often allow you to choose your seat during the booking process or shortly after. Don't hesitate to seize this opportunity and secure the spot that best suits your needs. Use Seat Guru to find the best spot. It's your secret weapon in the battle for airplane comfort. This website provides detailed seat maps for virtually every aircraft, highlighting the good, the bad, and the ugly. You can identify seats with extra legroom, those to avoid due to limited recline, and even those near noisy lavatories or galleys. Seat Guru also offers user reviews and ratings, providing valuable insights from fellow travelers. Before you finalize your seat selection, consult Seat Guru and arm yourself with the knowledge you need to make an informed decision. Window for sleep, a cozy corner where you can lean against the wall and drift off to dreamland. No disturbances from fellow passengers needing to use the restroom, just uninterrupted slumber. Aisle for freedom, the liberty to stretch your legs, visit the lavatory, or simply wander about without disturbing your neighbors. It's the perfect choice for those who value mobility and hate feeling confined. Exit row for legroom. Stretch out, relax, and enjoy the feeling of spaciousness. Just remember, with great legroom comes great responsibility. You may be called upon to assist in an emergency. Know the trade-offs. Every seat has its pros and cons. Consider what matters most to you and weigh your options accordingly. Window means less disturbance, a peaceful sanctuary away from the hustle and bustle of the aisle. Aisle means easy access, freedom to roam, stretch, and answer nature's call without disrupting your fellow travelers. Exit row, more space, a precious commodity on any flight, allowing you to stretch out and avoid that cramped feeling. But your bag goes overhead, a small price to pay for the luxury of extra legroom, but something to keep in mind if you need frequent access to your belongings. Pick what fits your needs, your personal preferences, and your travel style. Are you a light sleeper? Do you value legroom above all else? Choose a seat that caters to your individual requirements, not just what's available. Don't settle for the leftovers. If your preferred seats are already taken, consider checking back closer to the flight date, as seats may become available due to cancellations or changes. A smart seat choice sets the tone for your whole flight. It's an investment in your comfort, your well-being, and your overall travel experience. So take the time to research your options, consider your needs, and choose wisely. A little planning can go a long way in ensuring a pleasant and enjoyable journey. After all, travel should be an adventure, not an endurance test. Economy seats aren't comfy, but you can hack them. Bend the headrest wings in for a DIY cradle, no more head bobbing. Use the airline pillow for lumbar support, not your head. If you can, lift the armrest for extra space. Small tweaks, big comfort. Modify your seat to fit you, not the other way around. Most people wear neck pillows wrong. Flip it so the thick part supports your chin. No more head droop, no more waking up gasping. Try new designs, wrap around inflatable or flat back pillows. Pair it with a contoured eye mask for total darkness. Together, they create your own sleep zone. Invest in comfort, it pays off in real rest. Airline blankets are thin and questionable. Bring your own. A large scarf or travel blanket is warm, clean, and versatile. Use it as a blanket, pillow, or privacy shield. You control your comfort, not the airline. Pack your own warmth and arrive cozy. Airplanes are noisy, block it out. Noise-canceling headphones are a sanity saver. If not, foam earplugs work wonders. Silence the engines, crying babies, and announcements. Even just the quiet helps you relax and sleep. Control your audio environment, protect your peace. Don't get woken up for a seatbelt check. Always buckle your seatbelt over your blanket so it's visible. Flight attendants won't disturb you, and you keep your precious sleep. It's a tiny habit that saves hours of rest. Buckle up on top, every time. Swollen feet are real. Compression socks are the fix. They keep blood flowing, reduce swelling, and prevent discomfort. Put them on before the flight, keep them on until you land. Your feet will feel normal, not like loaves of bread. Don't skip this, your body will thank you. Dress for comfort, not style. Think soft, stretchy layers. Avoid jeans and tight clothes, go for joggers, tees, hoodies and a scarf. Layers let you adapt to changing temps. Choose fabrics that breathe and don't wrinkle. Your flight uniform should feel like pajamas but look airport ready. Move every hour. Walk the aisle, stretch, do ankle circles and neck rolls. Even small movements in your seat help circulation and prevent stiffness. Set a timer if you need to. Active recovery keeps you feeling human. Don't just sit, move, and you'll land feeling better. Flying with kids? Snacks and entertainment are your lifelines. Bring familiar snacks, a loaded tablet, kid headphones, and a few new toys. Pack extra clothes for everyone. Accidents happen. Tag team with your partner for breaks. Most people are understanding, just do your best. Preparation is everything for a smoother flight with kids. That's it. 13 hacks to make long-haul economy bearable. Take control of the little things and you'll arrive ready for adventure. If this helped, like, share, and subscribe for more real travel tips. Now go book that trip. Land feeling your best. So, you want to own a home but prices in the US, Canada, or UK seem impossible, right? What if you could buy a house outright with no mortgage for less than the price of a new car? Today we're exploring 10 countries where you can buy a real livable property for under $50,000. We'll break down what your money gets you, from city apartments to village homes, and cover lifestyle, cost of living, and key legal tips. This isn't just about finding the cheapest house. It's about making a smart, informed investment. We'll talk renovation costs, foreign property laws, and how to avoid common pitfalls. If you're ready to see how a modest budget can unlock homeownership abroad, you're in the right place. Smash that like button and let's dive in. First up, Italy, a dream destination that's more affordable than you think. Skip the pricey cities and look to rustic villages in Abruzzo, Calabria, Molise, or Sicily. For under $50,000, you can find charming, stone-built homes with original features, often move-in ready or needing only minor updates. Want a project? Renovation-ready properties can be found for as little as $15,000, letting you customize your Italian retreat. Life here is slow, community-focused, and deeply traditional, perfect for retirees or remote workers. The cost of living is low, coffee for €1, pizza for $5, but you'll need to learn some Italian to truly integrate. Don't forget extra costs. Notary fees, taxes, and agent commissions can add up to 10 to 15% of the purchase price. Avoid the €1 house hype. Those often require big investments and strict timelines. Instead, look for open market deals with more flexibility. Work with a local agent or geometra to navigate the process. With the right approach, La Dolce Vita can be yours for less than you imagined. Do your due diligence, and you could be living your Italian dream. Italy's villages offer culture, value, and a new way of life. Next, Spain, famous for food, sun, and surprisingly affordable homes. Inland regions like Castilla-La Mancha, Extremadura, and Galicia offer large, traditional houses for $25,000, $40,000. Most need renovation, but that's your chance to create a spacious, character-filled home for a fraction of city prices. Life here is relaxed siestas, long lunches, and strong community ties. Cost of living is low. A 3-course lunch with wine for around €10. English isn't widely spoken, so learning Spanish is a must. Hire a bilingual lawyer and interpreter for the property process. Don't cut corners. Consider access to amenities. Some villages are remote. Research the town and region to match your lifestyle needs. With careful planning, Spain offers sunshine, culture, and unbeatable value. Renovate smart, and you could double your investment. Rural Spain is perfect for those seeking a slower, richer life. Your dream home in Spain is closer than you think. Now let's head to Bulgaria, Eastern Europe's best-kept secret for budget homebuyers. As an EU member, Bulgaria offers stability and some of the lowest property prices in Europe. In rural areas, $30,000, $45,000 buys a renovated, move-in-ready house with a garden often fully furnished. Prefer city life? Find affordable apartments in Veliko Tarnovo or Sofia's outskirts for under $50,000. Bulgaria's lifestyle is all about natural beauty, low costs, and a welcoming expat community. A beer costs just over $1 and meals out are under 10. Non-EU citizens can't own land directly, but setting up a Bulgarian company is a common, straightforward workaround. Always get a thorough survey, especially for older homes. Work with a good lawyer to handle the paperwork and company setup. Bulgaria offers an incredible chance to live the European dream on a shoestring. Whether you want countryside or city, your money goes far here. Bulgaria is proof that affordable European living is possible. Let's cross to Colombia, a country transformed, now known for vibrant cities and affordable living. For under $50,000, you'll find 1 or 2 bedroom apartments in cities like Cali or Medellin, often in secure buildings with amenities. Look outside city centers or in secondary cities for even better deals, including small houses with outdoor space. Colombia's lifestyle is electric music, food, nightlife, and stunning natural diversity. Safety varies by neighborhood, so research thoroughly and connect with locals and expats. Work with a reputable agent and always hire an independent lawyer for title checks. Foreigners can buy property easily with a process similar to North America or Europe. Medellin and Cali offer dynamic urban living at a fraction of U.S. prices. Colombia is perfect for adventurous buyers seeking city life and culture. With the right precautions, it's an exciting, affordable entry to South America. Enjoy the best of Latin America without breaking the bank. But you can buy a condo outright or lease land long-term for a house. For under $50,000, find studio or one-bedroom condos in Manila or Cebu, or simple houses in rural areas on leased land. The lifestyle is relaxed, family-oriented, and close to nature, perfect for beach lovers and adventurers. Cost of living is low. You can enjoy island life on a modest budget. In cities, condos offer modern amenities and convenience. In rural areas, your money stretches even further for a quiet, simple life. Work with a reputable agent and lawyer to ensure your investment is secure. Understand the ownership structure before you buy. The Philippines offers affordable paradise and a welcoming community. Whether city or coast, your dream home is within reach. Make the most of this tropical gem. Next, Nicaragua, land of lakes, volcanoes, and incredible value. In colonial Granada, find unrestored historic homes for under $50,000, perfect for renovation and full of character. Prefer the beach? Inland from San Juan del Sur, small houses are affordable